Hey everyone, welcome to the NintendoFuse Podcast. This is episode 333 on March 10th, Mario Day. Woohoo! We're here to talk about all the Mario Day stuff that's happening here on March 10th, 2026, but also a recent Pokemon Presents event and an Indie World Showcase and so much more. This is a very, very packed episode. Hope you guys are ready for the ride on this episode. My name's Steve. Of course, I'm joined by Barry, and Greg's back as well. So, Greg, I'm going to go to you first. How you doing, man? It's been a while since we talked.
Yeah, I've been pretty much holding in there. I'm still trying to find a gig to work, so I'm still out there to anyone looking for someone to needs or some work done. I can help out and be happy to help and be looking into some part-time things here soon as I try to find a full-time job. So over the last few weeks, my daughter did get like a sinus infection, so that was kind of fun dealing through that kind of stuff.
Mm,
Um, she went on a Disney cruise with her mom, and I had went to Florida with, my wife, so we both had, like, double vacations over the same, week of the last episode, so that was kind of fun to be able to enjoy some sunlight and stuff in the great state of Florida, so it was more on
nice.
the golf side, so it was no Disney, and unfortunately, I did try to see if it was worth it going to Universal, but that would require a hotel stay because it would've been like a 3 or 4-hour drive, and certainly not
Mm.
gonna wake up at, like, 3 a.m. to do, like, a 4-hour drive to Universal and then have to drive that back, so, um,
Nice, nice.
but
I'm
yeah,
actually
everything's been
heading to Florida this next week. I'll be there Monday morning, but I won't get to go to Universal or Disney or anything either. It's going to be for a conference, so yeah. But cool. Welcome back. Glad to have you back,
yeah,
Barry.
glad to be back.
How you hanging in there?
Hey everybody, I'm hanging in there. I'll just say that. It's been stressful 2 weeks. Yeah, still dealing with stuff with my father, of course, who we finally got him in the VA, which has been a nightmare to do. Anyone who says the veterans are taken care of, boy, they are not. It is a
Mm.
tough road. And then on top of that, yesterday my wife was driving my car, my 26-year-old car that doesn't even have 100,000 miles on it yet, and she got rear-ended and spun out on her way home. She is perfectly fine, but there's a chance my car is totaled, and I'm not very happy about
Oh
that because my
no.
car is a good car. And now we have to deal with insurance and going through, and it wasn't her fault, but it's just headache after headache that we don't really need, that we have now to deal with on top of everything else. So it's
Mm,
like I'm just thankful she's okay, but it's like just appreciate every day. If you're listening to this, just appreciate today and every day and
mm,
enjoy your time because
yeah,
anything can happen at any
yeah.
time.
Wow. Wow. I'm glad she's okay. Was she injured at all? Like
No, she says she might have a little bit of a bruise
okay.
on her back, but they it was a truck pretty much just hit her in the driver's side rear, and she spun out across 3 lanes of highways, and thankfully
Wow.
didn't hit another car. She did hit the guardrail in the front, so it did damage the front when she hit the guardrail, but she was okay, thank God. Like the internal car, the airbags didn't go off. So we're like, we're gonna fight to get the car repaired because it was just the trunk and part of the front. The engine was still running,
Hmm.
so it's like, it's more cosmetic than anything else.
Sure.
And I'll be like, because a lot of insurance companies are like, oh, we're either going to give you the value of the car, we're going to find you a car up to 2 years newer with a similar miles. And I'm like, good
Good
job
luck.
finding a 2000 with 92,000 miles on it. I
Right.
want you to
Yeah.
find one. You're not
Yeah.
going to.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, when you do find it, we'll take it.
Yeah, they're not going to. Just
It's not gonna
this
happen.
happened last time. We have a 2006 Corolla. Actually, it was the night I met Hassan. My wife got rear-ended again,
Oh.
and she was okay. And the insurance was like, we're just gonna pay you the money. I said, what about finding another car? It's like, oh, we could do that too. What is it, 2006? I said, yeah. It's like, how many miles does it have? I said, 28,000 miles. And they did a look, and they came back and said, so how much is it going to cost to fix the car? I said, that's what
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah.
And they did. Well, see, that's what a lot of people don't understand because if you live in different areas of the country, to drive to out to eat, you're going to drive 20, 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But when you live in the city, everything
Yeah.
is 5 to 10 minutes away. You don't drive a lot.
Yep.
Everything is so close. So you don't put a lot of mileage on your car.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, I'm glad all three of us are back together to talk about this action-packed episode that we've got so much to cover. But before we jump into any of that, if you are new to the podcast, be sure to like and subscribe and share this with others. But we also want to encourage you to join our social media. You can find us at NintendoFuse on most social medias. And also join our Discord community, a growing place where we can have conversations about gaming and so much more throughout the weeks every day. We're still working on our Patreon. So I encourage you guys once again, if you have any ideas of what you would like to see on that Patreon, different perks and stuff, be sure to email us, podcast@nintendofuse.com, or you can also just, let us know in our Discord as well. We'd love to incorporate what you guys want into that because it's really for you guys. And so that's why we want to have you guys' opinions. So we've heard from several of you that you would like to support the podcast, which we are incredibly grateful for. But we want to make sure that we do it the way you guys want it, rather than just what we want. So we need to hear your feedback as we put all that together. But before we jump into what we're playing, which is normally what we do, I thought it'd be fun just to jump right into Mario Day stuff. We are recording this on March 10th, 2026. It is Mario Day. I think some places of the world it might be March 11th, but I'm going to tip my Mario hat to all of you out there. Mario Day officially kicked off yesterday with a Mario Galaxy movie trailer, and we got a lot of cool stuff. So here's what I'm gonna do. There's a ton of stuff attached to Mario Day this year. So I'm gonna run through everything and then we'll kind of discuss what stands out to us. I know we'll land a lot on the Mario Galaxy movie stuff that's we've seen over the last 24 hours, but let me just run through everything because again, there is so much. This is maybe one of the most packed Mario Days ever. So we had the Mario Galaxy movie trailer showing of a lot of stuff. It showed off Issa Rae as Honey Queen, Luis Guzman, I think is how you pronounce his name, as Wart, and a surprise Donald Glover as the voice of Yoshi. I am still confused so much at that because I never would have guessed Donald Glover. We also got games added to NSO, Nintendo Classic. We got Mario Clash and Mario Tennis on Virtual Boy, as well as Mario vs. DK on the GBA. We got Mario Run events featuring Mario Wonder. We got Mario Kart Tour of updates and events on the mobile side of things. We got some games on sale like Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, Super Mario Odyssey, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Super Mario Maker 2, and for the first time ever for a Nintendo Switch 2 game, we have a sale on Super Mario Party Jamboree Nintendo Switch 2 edition for Switch 2. That's the first time a Switch 2 game has gone on sale. Also, what's that?
It's not really on sale. The Switch 1 version's on sale. The upgrade is still $20.
Nice. Okay.
If you
Well,
look at the price difference.
is is the package though the new version? Is it?
It's the
That's
package is the
tricky.
same price as the Switch 1 version on sale plus $20. Exactly. They didn't put the
Okay.
upgrade on sale. It's just the Switch 1 version that's on
So
sale.
it
You
makes
still
the
get it
package.
cheaper, but
It makes the package on sale, but the official Switch 2 piece of it is not necessarily on
is
sale.
not
I
on
get what you're
sale.
saying. Yeah. We also, let's see, we're getting there's a Super Mario or Super Nintendo World sweepstakes where you can use your platinum coins to enter a trip to win a trip to Orlando or Hollywood. You can also enter a Mario Kart World Open Series tournament. There's a Lunchables partnership. So until May 31st, Lunchables will feature games like Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza and Pokemon Legends on select Lunchable varieties with a QR code that allows you to enter to win a Switch 2. There's exclusive content in the Nintendo Today app including collectible movie cards, and you can check in at the theater when you go see the movie, as well as a digital photo frame. So when you go get your photo and with the movie, you can pose with the digital photo frame. We also got some Lego news. So the Lego Mario Kart Luigi and Mach 8 officially made its debut today. It's 2,234 pieces. It's available for pre-order now with immediate purchase on April 1st. And it's going to go for $179, while the Mario one that's already been out for a little while is $169. So $10 more for Luigi and Mach 8. There's also, we got a little teaser from Lego on Mario minifigs. So all we know is they're coming out in 2027, and we've only seen the Mario one so far. So we can speculate that probably they're going to release the rest of them. But so far, all we know is Mario minifig is coming in 2027. Well, I'm sure we'll find out more later. There's a Tetris 99 50-second Maximus Cup that's coming up on April 3rd through the 6th in connection with the movie coming out, because it's going to be featuring a theme inspired by Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Then we got a new trailer for Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, and release date of May 21st. And important to note that this game will be $59.99 on physical and digital. So they did not jump it up to a $70 game, as some had speculated. Also, we got more information on Super Mario Brothers Wonder, Balabella Park DLC, and the update. We will cover more of those details in the headlines in just a bit. And also more Mario music added to the Nintendo Music app that will also cover those in our headlines as well. So much information. I know on the top of my thoughts is still Donald Glover as Yoshi. But Barry, what do you think about Mario Day this year?
Yeah, I think Donald Glover probably just did it for free. Because they said he's a Nintendo fan. He's probably like, I'll do it. Like, can I do it? Can I have any part? Because
Yeah.
anybody could be Yoshi. It's kind of like you don't recognize who's Toad in the movie because they changed the voice. The voice he does is very
I
good.
heard him do it. He was in an interview on Fandango. Actually, just a general push. Everybody should go watch that interview. It's like 6 of the cast is on Fandango getting interviewed, and it's so fun seeing them interact with each other. But Keegan Michael Key actually does the voice
Toad
right
voice? Oh,
there, and it sounds just like him. So I don't think they're altering it
oh, maybe it's not.
much. If they're altering it, not
Yoshi, though,
much. Yeah,
I
it's
don't think Yoshi has much lines, so it could have
yeah,
been anybody. It's kind of like Vin Diesel as Groot, right?
right.
It's just he got paid to say five words, 4 words. And Yeah, so the NSO stuff is always great. I'm happy to see more Mario stuff for Virtual Boy. It was kind of weird that tennis wasn't part of the launch, but now it makes sense. They saved it for this. And a lot of people were like, why is Mario vs. DK going to Game Boy Advance when the remake is on Switch? They've done this before.
All the time.
Link's Awakening, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Some people prefer the original, and it's just great to have the option, and you can play both. So it's a if you're part of the subscription, you get it. Mario Run, I'll talk about in a few. I'm working on the Mario Wonder event. It's kind of interesting. It's going through Toad Rally, and forgot just how much fun that game is competitively. So it's interesting to change up strategies to try to get the 3 statues. Mario Kart Tour, still doing that. So going through the Mario Tour now, getting the free gems they're given. Great to see the games on sale. I know someone says Nintendo games don't go on sale. They do, just not for more than 34% off. And but it's always nice to see. It's weird that DK C returns as part of that, which
Mm,
Mario's not even in it at all. And
mm-hmm,
I was wondering if any retailer would put Mario Wonder on a discount right before the Switch 2, like just to try to
mm-hmm.
squeak it in there and try to get sales over other retailers, but it hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Um, I won't be doing the Mario Kart World thing or the Lunchables. Nintendo today, I got my first 2 cards. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna try to do that. That's an easy thing. Lego, I'm trying to stay away from because cost and room, but I'm happy that's happening. Tetris 99, I'll do the Maximus Cup when it comes out. Yoshi looks great, and I can't wait to play it. And a lot of people speculating, oh, I guess that means no direct for until June. No, duh. No one logically expected a direct until June because we knew what they had for March and April and now May, and Yoshi was the only game labeled as spring, so process of elimination unless something happened. We knew it was May. Mario Wonder, we'll talk about shortly. The DLC looks good. And Mario Music, I don't do Nintendo music much, but I'm happy for those that do.
Yeah. Lots to celebrate today, Greg. What are you thinking about Mario Day?
Yeah, so the movie stuff, I watched like the movie trailer, was really impressed and definitely very excited to go see it. I was in the process of getting some tickets to go see it opening day. So thankfully that's the day that or at least that during that week, my daughter's on spring break and she's over by me. So we'll be probably go catch like a nice cheap matinee show for it. So that'll be very exciting. And as you said, like it's very surprised that they even have like the a prominent voice actor for Yoshi, but unless they're just gonna like do like the whole Link thing, and then all of a sudden he's just like Yoshi's gonna suddenly be a voice character and be able to say other things that's just not Yoshi. So I
Yeah.
don't know. Seems kind of a waste to have somebody like that to not really do have a lot of speaking roles, but I guess we'll find out. The games added NSO. It's always great to see more games added. I did get the Virtual Boy thing, but I haven't checked out the app yet. I'm hoping to try to get some time to do that in the coming weeks. The Mario Run event, might have to check that out soon because it would be kind of cool to see what those were about. As really fascinated by the movie and everything else, and even Mario Wonder. The Mario Kart Tour stuff, probably not going to be checking that out because I didn't really like the control style for that. Games on sale, as Barry said, like, this is a great time to get some excellent Mario games, and everyone knows that I'll put my vote in for Super Mario Maker 2 if you haven't played it yet. There's lots of great levels that are still being uploaded and stuff that I've seen from other content creators. The Super World Sweepstakes, I'll probably want to enter in to go to Hollywood to check out that park. Let's see. The Open World Series tournament, probably not going to be doing a whole lot with that. Same thing with the Lunchables. The card thing was kind of a weird thing how they're doing something exclusive to the app. I really wonder if we're going to be able to like view these like over time, or is it going to be like going away after a certain point, um, or like are you able to get cards that you if you missed logging in for a day, or like kind of confusing on how all that stuff works.
It's weird. It's not technically within the app. It's a separate website that I think you can only get to through the app. And there's no way to
Yeah.
like unless you screenshot them, you can't save them either. So it's an interesting way of doing it.
Yeah, because I
So
know
we'll
like
find out.
they, yeah, I know a previous version update of the app they didn't want you weren't allowing you to screenshot
They've
things,
changed
so
that.
that's kind.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
But yeah, it's weird.
yep. The Lego Mario Kart, like Barry, there's not really a lot of space, so I'll thankfully be able to stay away from those. The minifigs is kind of interesting. I'll have to kind of see a price point, but I may or may not want to go into those depending on what these are going to be priced at. I mean, if they're less than like the original price of Amiibo, then possibly we'll be looking into getting into it. But if it's going to be same as like the current thing of Amiibo, then heck no.
That'd be it. Just to interject, it would be surprising. Most minifigs are going to cost like, depending on the licensing, somewhere between like $2 to $7, I think, somewhere around there. So I'd be really surprised if they're, even close to $10. That'd be very surprising. I feel like they're probably going to be around like $5.99 each.
Question is, will there be blind bags, or can you actually
Oh
buy the
yeah,
one you want?
for sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they'd rather you buy duplicates than get one of everything so
yeah,
easily.
yeah.
That's more money, and then you get a second copy of stuff that you don't want. But yeah, the Maximus Cup, I usually have skipped out on those. I did catch the new trailer for Yoshi's Mysterious Book and very excited to see that the release date is fastly approaching now, and it looks like it was gonna be a ton of fun to play. I did like the option where you're actually able to name the thing too, like you don't have to use like the developer given name of the thing if you didn't want to. So it's kind of fun and cool there.
I'm scared of
See.
what people are gonna name it and post online.
Oh, I'm sure it
Oh,
goes through Nintendo's filters.
you know what they're going to try to name it.
I'm sure that they have their like strict filters onto stuff like that, so then you
Oh yeah.
can't name stuff.
The one character they show off being named, I wonder how many people saw that and go, "I'm naming it the Big O."
I saw that this is not Mario related, but related to what we're talking about is that Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green were updated to include censoring and what you can name Pokemon.
Yeah, that's true.
So they may include that.
Yeah, I know they like to be very restrictive with that, and for good reason, because there's a lot of people that like to try to test that, because that's how Swapnote got taken down. So,
Poor Nikki. May she rest in peace.
Oh, Nikki.
oh, Nikki, you're so fun. All right, the Super Mario Brothers Wonder Barrel Park, that was a lot more than I was thinking was gonna be added to the game, so I actually might be checking out the Switch 2 edition of it, because I was not really expecting, like, a bunch of new badges and even, like, new characters, so, like, it seems like it's pretty expansive and a pretty decent amount, but at least the Koopalings being added is kind of felt like that's those were supposed to have been there, because there were, like, very few boss fights, and they were all against Bowser Jr. So, like, I guess I listened to the main complaints from fans and threw it all into this DLC package. But yeah, and then the Mario music being added, that I always like to check out some great Mario tracks when I'm jamming into the app in my car.
Cool. Yeah, I'm so excited about this movie. I think it's the same fear that I had in the first one, that they're trying to add way too much, and hopefully it works. Like that's my only fear, is that they're adding so much into this movie, and if it's still a 90-minute movie, strap in, let's get ready to go, because it's going to be nonstop, and so much packed into it. So like, which it worked for the first one. So I just know that, like, when they try to add too much to, sequel Spider-Man movies, that's a bad thing. So hopefully that doesn't happen to Mario movies as well. Maybe it's a good thing to pack all this stuff in. But yeah, I'm so excited. Got my tickets for April 1st, opening day. I have to wait until it's actually showing in a midnight launch on May 31st or March 31st, 30th, whatever, 31st here. And I was trying to talk my wife into going that day, but she's like, I have to be at work at 7 o'clock the next morning. There's no way I can do that. It's like, oh man, I have to
At
wait.
least you get to see it the first. I have to wait to the second or third.
Oh. Yeah. I also, like, I just know that I don't want to be spoiled by anything, and trying to stay off the internet is just difficult during those times.
Oh,
So
it
that's
is.
one of the main reasons I go the opening day, because I just, yeah, trying to avoid spoilers is really, really difficult.
So
I
we
even was
know.
spoiled as part of this too, because like I saw like the Zelda Universe Facebook page revealed that like oh Wart was going to be in the movie, because I guess they had a movie poster or saw one or
Hmm.
Yeah.
something, and
Yep.
so I was like, well, I already know that's coming, but thanks. Now I was just like I was spoiled before even like the direct with the official trailer with them
Well, they
identifying
put
that.
out the posters, so
Yeah,
it wasn't really a spoiler.
it
They
was
were
official.
flat out telling you. They weren't trying to hide it. Now, what I want to know is the first movie had a post-credit scene with Yoshi.
Hmm.
The second movie most likely will also have a post-credit scene. Will it be either A, referencing another game like maybe Odyssey, even though the realistic dinosaur, the real T-Rex is in this movie, or will it be something else like going through the galaxy? Rosalina's maybe castle flying through the observatory, and then you hear like a ship computer go wing 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 damaged, and then our wing flies by or something like that, like a tease to a broader
Smash.
universe. Yeah, well, we see
Yeah.
something like
Or
that.
we see the little flower from Mario Wonder just poke his head out, like, she in the next movie.
Oh God, that would be terrible. That would be worst case. I would rather no post credit than that.
Oh, it might
I
happen
think
though.
it'd be a lot better if they do that Piranha Plant on Parade, that song. That's so great to
Oh,
listen
that was
to.
cool.
I
Yeah.
jammed to that in my car.
But that was
That's-
Wonder, not Galaxy.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I said Wonder though.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you mean
think
for the
it's,
next game? You think they would jump to Wonder?
I mean, who knows? They
I
jumped to
mean, yeah.
Galaxy for the next or
Well,
movies.
Bowser Jr. uses his Wonder power in this.
True.
in this
True.
movie. So
Yeah,
wonder is already
it's
a part of
so
it.
much is a hodgepodge of so many different elements. I mean, you definitely got your Super Mario Brothers 2 elements in there. You've got your new Super Mario Brothers elements because the penguin suit is in there. You've got the galaxy stuff, of course. You've got some wonder elements. You've got some sunshine elements. You've got like
Mario 3 with the frog
Odyssey,
suit.
Mario 3. Like there's so many different
Yoshi's
pieces they're
Island where
pulling
they're
off of.
babies.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it does seem interesting. I did watching the trailer. I have a feeling because I think we all speculated that something had to happen to them that they turned them into babies, and it's not like a flashback because that would make sense. But I think they maybe just turn into babies when they're on that island. Like, because as you see them leaving the island, they just all of a sudden become like grown again. I was like, well, that's interesting. So either it's an interesting cut that they made it look like that, or that's actually what happens when they're on that island or that world or galaxy or whatever. And I think it's kind of cool that they're it seems to be that all these different worlds are different galaxies, which is cool. I think it's a cool way to do it. So
Is that their excuse for not showing Wart all this time? He's just been in a different galaxy.
yeah, that's what's
And
happening.
Subcon, will Subcon be referenced? Like I know it's like a casino. Like he looks like
Yeah,
he's a casino boss.
yeah.
Like will Subcon be the name of the casino or reference
And will
somehow?
Mario be sleeping the whole time?
Oh, maybe.
So yeah, I think I'm excited for Mario Clash, Mario Tennis. Here's the deal. I'm already facing this. I want to play those games when I'm traveling, but I can't unless I want to haul this gigantic thing or somehow pack a cardboard box with me.
Get the $20 VR headset from Amazon
Yeah.
and
But
bring that with you.
oh, the one like the plastic one. Actually, no, I have one for my phone, like from years ago. I think I maybe made a donut. Did that one? That was horrible, but I guess I could.
I've heard the Switch 2 one is pretty good from Amazon. People have been. I haven't tried it,
Okay.
but
Okay. Yeah, because
you
the
know what? You
cardboard
try
one's
it if
gonna
you
just
don't.
gonna damaged as I travel.
Yeah, try it. It's Amazon. If return it if it sucks.
That's
There's a
true.
bunch of
That's
them.
very true. Yeah. Mario Run stuff. I may actually try it when I travel. I usually play that game a little bit when sometimes when I travel. Mario Kart Tour. I'm with Greg on that. I haven't played it in a long time because I do not like how it controls. Love to see these games on sale. The Mario's or the Nintendo World Sweepstakes I've already entered. Mario Kart World Tournament, that's cool, but I am not nearly a good enough to play in those things anymore. And then Lunchables, that's just fun. Nintendo app, I'm with you, Barry. I've already logged in for today, got my 2 cards. We'll see how that goes over the next 40 days or 39 days, I guess. Mario Kart stuff or Lego, I love these sets. I still haven't gotten the Mario one. I probably won't get Luigi, but if I get one, it's going to be the Mario one. I just that price is still I know it for that it's probably worth it, but it's a high price. The minifigs though, that's probably where I'll get caught. And then Tetris 99 I've not played in a long time. Uh Yoshi stuff looks fantastic every time I see it. Looks great. And Mario Wonder and Mario Music we'll talk about in just a little bit when we get into our headlines. But I am more and more excited about Mario Wonder every time I see the update. They've sold me on it every time. I was skeptical. I think Barry, you were skeptical in the beginning too. And every time they show this thing off, I'm like, oh, 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 oh. That's what I keep feeling over the last few trailers and stuff. So, but let's take a step away from the news and talk about what we've been playing. Barry, what have you been up to over the last couple weeks?
Yeah, I've been busy with some stuff. So Switch side, still playing Pokemon Unite and Asphalt Legends Unite. Uh, the game chat game that we'll be talking about it, First Squadron Phoenix. It's pretty much for those of us that have wanted a Star Fox game, haven't had a Star Fox game in forever. This is a very good solution. In fact, it's so good that I was talking with the dev, and they did provide me a Steam code for the original, but I wanted to test it on Switch, so I bought it. I just flat out bought it and played the first one on Switch too. Switch also, I should say. And it's also very good. It's shorter, but it's one of those that I'm glad that I was able to to try and play, and I played through, and I look forward to the game chat we're going to be having. But if you're listening to this and you have that Star Fox itch, these are inexpensive, great Star Fox games. So check them out. Another game we'll be doing a game chat with, Rayman 30th Anniversary Edition. I played more of that. I booted up Namco Museum Archives Volume 2 to play the game Legacy of the Wizard, which I didn't realize was actually a Falcom game. And it was the Dragon Slayer 4 in Japan. And it's a really difficult game, especially considering that there's no like instructions. Like back in the NES days, you had the instruction manual to look through, but I didn't have an instruction manual, so I just went in blind, and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing or what any of this stuff is. So I messed around with it a bit. It's fun, but nothing more than that. The big game I played on the Switch, and I'm over halfway through, is a game called Witch on the Holy Night. And this is a visual novel in the truest sense of visual novel, as in there is no choices. It is flat out a novel. And every chapter is wildly inconsistent with 15-minute chapters and 5-hour chapters. It is insane of a story. This is a backstory on one of the characters from Tsukiyomi, which was in my game of the year 2 years ago. And I believe the follow up's supposed to come out this year, but I'm like, you know what? I have some time. I've wanted to go back, and it's a really good read. I love this story. I love this universe. So if you enjoy mystical and witches and magic and all that stuff, what a read! I mean, it is great. On the Switch 2 side, I played some Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. They had another tournament for two of the characters from the comics, so I played through that. Still played some Pokemon Legends ZA. Kirby Air Riders finally had another event this past weekend, so I went through and did that event. Still playing some Fantasy Life I, The Girl Steals Time, just daily stuff. Uh, the big game I've been playing on the Switch too has been Pokemon Pokopia, and I've finished it. I've actually completed the game. I beat the game. Now it's just getting all the rest of the Pokemon and making everything the way I want it. And what a game! I was like, this looks like fun. I'm gonna try it. Then I was kind of intimidated. We watched the Nintendo Treehouse and we talked about it last time, and I was like, all right, this seems cool. And there was a lot of mystery, and I wanted to see what that mystery was.
Mhm.
So one of the first things I did was climb over the mountain because I'm like, I want to see what's going on. And the story is fantastic, and the
Is it?
story is told through notes. And I want to spoil it. There's no,
Huh.
there's a cutscene at the end, but like otherwise, it's all told through notes you find, like research
Hmm.
logs and stuff like that. And I don't want to spoil for anybody, but if you're a Pokemon fan, wow, like there's so much great lore. It
Hmm.
is fantastic. The gameplay is great. The abilities you get, like they showed a few of them on the treehouse. There's more that they didn't show off.
Hmm.
The range of Pokemon is great. The how you get them, the storylines. One thing I was worried about was electricity. I was like, oh my god, running. It's super easy.
Hmm.
Like you either have like a water uh, wheel to power or a windmill or a furnace that you burn stuff, and you get utility poles. And when you pull out a utility pole to place, you see the wires. You see the electrical wires will appear, and you put the pole in, it automatically connects.
Hmm.
So it's super easy. You can connect poles all over, and devices will automatically connect. You don't have to worry about it. So you can run electricity very easy. You can either build the houses yourself or use kits. And I've seen the internet just go crazy with it. Like it's sold out everywhere. People are just playing it like crazy. It is a system seller. This is doing to this for the Switch 2 like Animal Crossing did for the Switch 1 back in 2020.
Yeah.
It is fantastic. So if you're a Pokemon
And
fan, go on.
did I see this right? It's a key card.
It is a key card. I bought the digital.
Wow. So like it's
Well,
still selling. So
we sold
some
out a
some
key
games
card.
can still sell even though they're key cards.
You know what it is? Some parents are just going to stores and buying it. I
Hmm.
mean, for me, a key card, I might as well get the digital.
Yeah.
But I was just shocked at how much it's selling because word of mouth.
Hmm.
And people are creating like roller coasters because you can create minecart tracks wherever you want.
Yeah.
They're doing roller coasters, and they're saw somebody build a giant Arceus in the sky. I'm like, what? People are insane. Like you get a security camera so you can always look at your area, and you can like people are building all the way to the sky, putting the security camera on and then breaking down that path. And then they have a bird's eye view whenever they want. And what's interesting is the treehouse. Like if you saw the treehouse when we talked about it, they showed one area and they showed like the multiplayer area.
Mhm.
What they didn't tell you is there's multiple areas that are all bigger than the Animal Crossing islands. So you're
Wow.
getting multiple Animal Crossing islands to play around with different environments. You also have Dream Islands. So once a day, you can go to a Dream Island, take whatever you want from it. It's a random island, and you can go there as many times as you want for the day, and then every day is a different one. And then, of course, there's a community area where you can go and you can play multiplayer and just do what you want and just have fun. Like it's insane, and they even did something with pictures because you have a camera where if you came to my area and you said, "Oh, I really like that design. I don't have that." You could take a picture of it, and then you could use a 3D printer in the game to take that photo and print the item for you. So you can actually get the items even if you don't have them yet. And
Wow.
I love that. It's very community focused.
I saw
It's
that Nintendo did put out the code to visit the one they showed off in the treehouse as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their own, and you could anything from there. You could take pictures,
Hmm.
and you could then just go ahead and make those and create. I went to a Dream Island, and they had like an entire like shrine with like stained glass and like a podium in the center with a Pokeball. I'm like, this looks great. So I demolished the whole building and took every piece back with me. I'm like, why not? I'm gonna take it. Why should I don't have to craft this stuff? It's here for me. I'm gonna build it myself.
Nice.
So yeah, what you can
Hmm.
do in the game is fantastic. Absolutely, highly recommended. If you like building, if you like Animal Crossing, you like Pokemon, it's a no-brainer. Play this game. It's so good. And then I did boot up uh, Monster Hunter Stories 3 trial version. I would love to tell you my full thoughts of what I've played thus far, but they don't want my thoughts because they didn't give me a review code. So since they don't want my thoughts, I'm not going to give them all except for one. This is one of the rare games that I can actually notice frame rate drops.
Mm.
When moving the camera around, I notice frame rate drops, and that doesn't hit me often, and
Mm.
it was jarring. I actually had to look up how does it compare to other systems and
Mm.
what it's doing. And I don't know if there's going to be a day one patch, or I'm assuming Capcom will fix it, but it was jarring, and there's no option for performance or
Mm.
high performance or performance. Like if you want more graphics or you want more FPS, that wasn't there in the Switch 2 version, at least not the demo. I don't know how it is in the main game, but in the demo at least it wasn't, and that was kind of off-putting a little bit. But they're not going to get anything else from me because they don't want to hear it. So that's it. And then of course, PC side still doing Final Fantasy 14, and the mobile side, Mario Kart Tour, the LinkedIn games, New York Time games, TCG Pocket, and lately Mario Run to do the new event.
Nice. Nice. Greg, you've got a whole month to cover. What have you been playing lately?
Well, surprisingly, it's not nowhere near as long as Barry's 3 lines and half an hour of chatting consecutively. But
Hey, Steve was asking me
primary,
questions about Pokemon.
I did prolong it a
yeah,
little
no,
bit. I was
I know,
curious.
I was just trying to be fun. um, Pretty much just catching up on some of the game chat games, the Plants vs Zombies Replanted. So hopefully we can get that recorded and you can check out our page and hear my thoughts on that one and hopefully the near future. And same thing also goes with Poker Night at the Inventory. I got a code for that one and I was able to enjoy that one on my vacation in Florida. So I got plenty of number of hours put into that one and just love being able to play some Switch poker game. And then pretty much still doing the main staples with mostly with my daughter and wife, which includes the Roblox suite of Adopt Me, and then also Dandy's World. So they've got had some content updates over the last month, and then even have their Easter events coming in the next week and 2 weeks, respectively. So there's always new stuff coming to continue keep the gameplay up. And Cookie Run Kingdom is currently under maintenance right now. They're getting a nice new update with a new legendary cookie character to add to your roster. It's gonna be like the first legendary healer one, so that's kind of interesting to see how it will affect that game's arena meta mode. So guess I'll find out when I have to get the chance to check it out after the podcast. But pretty much that's mostly what I've been up to over the last few weeks. I did make a few purchases. I just didn't open them up yet, and that includes blueprints along with the afternoon arcade collection, and also that Super Bomberman bundle or pack collection thing I had gotten at least like before at least within like the last 2, 3, 4 weeks or whatever that since I was last on here. So
Cool.
I'm kind of surprised, Greg. I know your daughter really liked Animal Crossing, and you guys have been getting into Pokemon. You guys gonna jump into Pokopia?
possibly I have to see. She had gotten a Switch 2 for Christmas, but she hasn't even tried playing it yet or really set up much. I did get all of her stuff transferred to it, but I know she's just really heavy into the iPad right now, so I mean, I would be open to check that out. It does sound like it'd be a ton of fun, and I think that's definitely her speed and not like it's not constantly doing tons and tons of battles, and you're just using the
Nope.
Pokemon in creative ways. So
There's no
it
fights at
does seem
all.
like
You can't even die.
yeah, yeah, it seems like that'd be something that's up her alley given her Animal Crossing histories, but I think it's
Yep.
also that she might not really have any friends with a Switch 2 yet, so it's kind of a little bit harder to see if she
Yeah.
wants to jump into that quite yet, but we shall
I'm
see.
still so shocked. I mean, I know some of the reasons maybe why is because of they want to keep tight reins on things, but Roblox on Switch and Switch 2 just makes so much sense. Like I don't know why they don't bring it over. I mean, I kind of do, like I said, but still, they could find some ways around it.
Bet it has to do with the purchasing because everything on the Switch, Nintendo needs to get a cut, and that's
Maybe, but
that's
don't
the way other
they don't have it
multiples.
on I mean, they have it on PlayStation and Xbox.
Maybe they don't need a cut there. Maybe
They do.
they're more lenient. So do they?
Okay.
Mhm. Yep, all
Oh,
three of them do. Yeah, 'cause that's the biggest argument when people like get upset about like one company. They're like, "Oh, Apple takes so much from the App Store." And so does Microsoft and Nintendo and Sony as well. Like everybody, and Google does it for
oh
Android
yeah.
Store as well. Like
Yeah,
it's
that's how we learned about the whole Fortnite fiasco with,
oh yeah,
when they
Yeah.
wanted to have their own store, they didn't wanna be on the App Store or the Google Play Store, they wanted their own storefront
yep,
because
yep,
they were sick of the fees,
yep,
That's the same
but
reason why the Nintendo Shop app exists, but when you go click on a game, it opens up Safari
yep,
because that way Apple doesn't get the money.
yep, yep. I have been playing on Switch, Switch 2 technically, but AI the Somnium Files.
I
And
saw. I was happy when
here I am, Barry. We've reached a credits.
you beat it the first time.
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't get
And
the true ending, did you? Did you get?
this game has taken me on a little bit of a roller coaster. Um, and you can follow it if you watch certain episodes of the podcast. You know, you can go back and hear all my different feelings about it. But let me fill you in. If you haven't, or if you don't remember this, about a year ago, Barry gave us gifted Greg and I this game, and so it's taken me a year to get through. No, I didn't start playing it for a long time, and I finally did start playing it. Then I took a break, and I played it again. I took a little break, but each time I played it for quite a while in each of those settings. And I started off thinking, man, this game is so weird. I don't understand, and I don't get like the controls. I don't get what's going on. And then finally, something clicked, and I kinda got sucked into it. I was like, "Wow, this is still weird because the story is weird, and it is getting weirder as I go." And, oh, wow. And then I got to a point where I couldn't progress, and it just took me back out to the board, and that was it. And it was like the next chapter that I would go to, is not accessible. I have to unlock it in some way. And so I go, I don't know what to do at this point because I'm trying the best I can not to consult guides and stuff throughout this because I don't want to be spoiled, but I also like I'm trying to just figure this out as someone would
Yeah.
if you're actually playing the game and
You
stuff. I'm
can't
just
play it from start to beginning in one shot. Like you have to jump around.
and so didn't know that necessarily. And so I was a little confused when I got to that point. So instead of going back at and trying to figure out the next juncture, I was like, well, I know one of the syncs that I did early on. I know there were different options. Just because it was obvious I could do one or two things, and I did one, and it shows me the little branch. And I know I did one, and let me go back to that one, and I'll take a different branch. And then things are like changing, and I don't know if it's connected. it seems like it is, but it's not. But I have this knowledge, but I don't. It doesn't seem like the guy has the knowledge, and some things are just not lining up right. And I think that's a little bit where this game falls apart. Is there's not enough in a game that's about syncing, it doesn't sync enough with itself. There's some plot points that are not quite lined up across different, let's call them timelines, because that's as
Yeah, it's
best as I can
timelines.
understand it right now. And
No,
so
it's
they
timelines.
don't quite line up exactly right. I mean, overall it's fine, but there's little nitpicks here and there. And I'm like, but that doesn't make sense because this and everything. So and then I got to one of the endings, because I know this game has multiple endings, and I'll just say I played out to one of the endings, and the credits come on, and I'm not happy, Barry, and I don't want to go back because the way this ended, and I don't want to sink myself in again for several hours, potentially to get another negative ending, and
Oh no,
I
no, the
didn't, and
true
I
ending
couldn't
is
see it
great.
coming because it's not like I didn't contribute to that happening. Similar, like the other thing, like in Life is Strange, you can see there's a clear connected line that I clearly made those choices that led to this. But some things I'm forced to do because that's just the narrative in that direction. Each of these options are like here, but the branches are linear. And I didn't like that linear path. As like, that's not what I wanted to happen. It's just what the story told along the way. And it ended me at a negative ending that I don't like, and I don't want to
But
go back.
but let me tell you, the true ending, because all those aren't real endings.
Sure.
The true ending is so satisfying, and trust me, like I use the term the other shoe dropped. I use that all the
Hmm.
time. I love when these games do that, where I'm like, I figured this out, and then the other shoe dropped, and I'm like, oh my god, I was blindsided. I did not see that coming.
Hmm.
I know you haven't hit that point because you would be saying something very different. And I was the same way with you when I was like, oh, I don't like that, like, getting through it. But once I got through it, I was floored. Like my jaw was on the ground. And let me tell you, I'll tell you when you get the final ending because you get an entire Bollywood scene that is fantastic that I must have watched at least 150 times since I beat the game. It is so good.
Yeah.
um you'll know, like they'll tell you this is the true ending of the game. You did it. This is your reward.
Yeah.
And it is so satisfying and so not where you expect the story to go, but in the best possible way. And it all makes
Sure.
sense. And a lot of those inconsistencies,
Hmm.
they make sense when you get to the true ending, the true path.
Okay. Okay.
Because
I will
all
say,
the other
yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, I was going to say all the other paths are there for you to learn, there for you to gain knowledge and use that in
Okay.
other paths. Is, oh, I know. Okay, now I got to go back and
Yeah.
do it the right way.
I'm not in a hurry, but we'll see. We'll see. I will say that the also that took me on a journey is the play style of this game goes on a journey. There are times where we've talked about before where the controls, I'm like, this is annoying. Like you have to search and figure out exactly the right thing to click on at the right time to progress the story, and that's a little bit annoying. But then all of a sudden, I went for a good long time where everything was fine and I was clicking and everything. And then all of a sudden, it started again. And instead of like you have to talk to people. Like sometimes it's a long conversation you have with people, and we're just like, let's just keep moving. But then it says like three or four lines, and then you have to start the conversation again, and it continues on. I'm like, just keep it going. I don't need to start this every three lines or whatever. This is dumb. So those things like that are just a little silly. That like if I was already kind of like I'm not sure about where the story is going, and then those things about the controls and how you play the game kind of tip me over. And so I'm probably not going to be going back anytime soon. Maybe I'll eventually continue to play it out. At this point, I will probably just pull up a guide and say, okay, how do I get to the best ending, and just
You
follow
know
it.
what? Honestly, if at this point your options is not to finish or to pull up a guide and just go through, pull up a guide and go through. Like I'm telling you,
Yeah.
you need to see, especially if you said that was a negative ending, which there are negative endings. Like most games that have multiple endings, they're not all good.
Yeah.
That's just the
Yeah.
case.
Actually, both, like, not that my first stoppage, it wasn't an actual ending, but it was a more
No.
stoppage, and told me both of those things were negative. Like
Well,
I've had 2 endings that are negative right
because
now.
you need to have certain knowledge to progress, because the next scene will spoil something else. See, the whole idea is that you are seeing you like our lives, we go down one path. Whatever we choose, we go left, right, whatever.
Sure.
We only see that one path. You have the ability to see other paths and gain the knowledge. So like if your wife said, "Oh, I'm going to go to the store. Do you want to come?" and you said no, and then something happened to her at the store and you were like, "Oh my god, I should have went," to be able to go back now with that knowledge of what happens in the store to go, "No, either A, don't go to the store at all and stop her, or B, I'm going to
Yeah.
go with you to try to prevent it."
Yeah.
That's the nature of it. So they don't want
Sure.
to reveal something beforehand.
Yeah.
But no matter what, wherever you think the story's going, I guarantee you it's not where you think.
Well, it's caught me off
Like
guard both of these times because I did not want these negative things to happen, and I think that's the biggest thing is I wanted more. I think I want more control because I could see these things happening and I wanted to prevent them because if I was actually in that scenario, I would not have went there. But the game only gave me that option. That's all I could do.
the first game also is a little bit more like straightforward in the sense of I'm taking you down these
Mm,
paths. The second and third game give you a little bit more freedom,
okay,
but they're still telling a story.
sure.
So if you're reading how many horror movies have we all watched? We're like, don't go in there, don't go, and they go in
Yeah,
there anyways.
yeah,
That's gonna happen in any
sure.
narrative. You're gonna get those
Yeah.
moments. But I don't take a negative ending and say I didn't like where this goes. I'm not gonna finish it. Take that and say, "I need to see the real ending," because I will tell you this, it does have a happy ending.
Okay.
It does have that happy ending, and you can make it happen.
Okay. Okay.
Guaranteed, I'm telling you.
We'll see. I may set it, and I think the biggest thing is I didn't realize how many hours I'd be sinking into this. Like it is many, many, many hours. I was like, I
But you've
just
been
want to
having
get to
fun.
the end. Like
It's a story. It's
it very much
it's a
is.
narrative
Yeah.
game. It's a
There's
narrative game. It's not a
definitely.
platformer. It's
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway, that went on way too long. Sorry, you guys. Feels like a Life is Strange thing again. Every time we play one of those games, it takes over the podcast. Also, been playing some mini shoot adventures, which we'll talk about in the indie showcase as well. Having a blast with that game. We'll talk about that more later. Also, Animal Crossing New Horizons, just plugging away, doing some daily stuff in there, hoping to eventually unlock the retro games. Played some more Plants vs. Zombies, replanted, finally unlocked the other modes. Thank goodness. So I've got to that point and tried out those and started up Monster Hunter Stories 3. I have not really progressed in it at all, but I really started up the game and go, do I really have the time right now? No, I don't. I turned it off. So it shows that I played a little bit on my Switch too, but it really means I started the game up and looked at the title screen for a couple minutes. And then on mobile, played some Clash Royale, Last Sea, and Pokemon TCG Pocket. And I wanted to quickly remind you guys on the last episode, I talked about the Coup WPS split protective case for Switch 2 that they sent me. So I have it on my Switch 2. The cool thing is that it does hug this thing really, really tightly, and it does fit in your dock without taking it off every time, which is cool. It is very, very, very snug. It is as thick as it can be with still sticking in the dock. You have to kind of grab the dock as you're removing it because it's that tight in there. But it's fine because it also gives you little lips on the screen, and so it's not rubbing the screen against there. It's the lips on the case that are up there. It is kind of difficult to get on. Overall, it's kind of tough to get on the system. I felt like I was going to pop buttons off as I was sliding it on because it just hugs it so tight. Once it's on, it's kind of nice. It's got a little kickstand. It doesn't go quite as back as far as the built-in kickstand, but pretty far back. It's probably adequate for everything you need. The problem is you can't access some things, but you can access a lot of stuff. So you can still access your all the different ports and game card and stuff like that. They've got extra buttons that push into the natural buttons on the Switch 2. That's okay. I don't really need the case itself. The thing that's blowing me away are these ergonomic attachments through the Joy-Con controllers. Once I put these on, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much more comfortable to play my Switch 2. So I may or may not leave the case on, but I may keep these these on top of my Joy-Cons because they are so much more comfortable to hold like that. And then it does come with another thing that you can toss over when your Joy-Cons are on it. It has a face cover that you can put games in it, which is kind of cool, and travel with it. So it covers the front of the Switch 2 and protects it, so you can toss it in your bag like that. The only thing I'll say that is kind of negative is if you have anything plugged into your Switch 2 dock, like the camera, for instance, and one of the USB ports in the front or something like that, you cannot put the Joy-Cons attached in there because of the ergonomic attachments that they pop out on the side, and so it rubs against that connection for the USB connection for something. So like you have to take the Joy-Con off and then slide it in. So it's kind of cool. But thanks to COOWPS, I don't know how to pronounce their company name, for sending it over. And yeah, just wanted to give you guys a shout out, and you guys can check it if you're looking for something like that. This might be for you. I like aspects of it. There's other aspects that are, it's okay. Getting it off is actually a little easier than getting it back on, surprisingly enough. But yeah, shout out to them. Well, if you are in the chat, live chat, or checking us out later, make sure you let us know what you've been playing as well. Toss it in the comments or the live chat as well, both on YouTube or Twitch as you're watching live. But now let's turn the page once again, and we're going to hit several headlines pretty quick, as we have lots of news that has happened over this last couple weeks. So kick us off, Barry.
Yeah, so lots of showcases we'll be talking about later on, but one that did happen as well was the Capcom Spotlight. That happened on March 5th. It was a 30-minute spotlight on the following games: Monster Hunter Stories 3, Twisted Reflection, Pragmata, Street Fighter 6, Years 1 and 2, Fighters Edition, Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection, and Mega Man Dual Overdrive. All games that are coming to the Switch or Switch 2.
Kind of a surprise out of left field, at least for me personally. On March 1st, I guess Nintendo is going to be purchasing the Bandai Namco Singapore office from them. So I guess Bandai Namco is officially like made this like announcement that they're doing the restructuring, and then part of that is like renaming some departments and doing some personnel changes and those kinds of things. So it's basically Nintendo will be acquiring 80% of the Bandai Namco Studios in Singapore on April 1st, and then they'll get the remaining 20% at a future day, and basically will be officially the Nintendo Studios of Singapore. So that's some interesting news that came out of left field for another acquisition by Nintendo.
Yeah. It's actually progression on some story that we talked about before. You may have missed that episode, Greg, but this is a studio that they've worked with several times before and helped on several games. And so we've known that this is probably going to happen, but this is just more information on how it's all going to work out. If you are in the Northeast or close to the Northeast, PAX East is coming back on March 26th through 29th. So just a few days away from our recording here on March 10th. But cool to note, and in addition to all the over 300 exhibitors that spans gaming and tech and tabletop companies that will be there, Nintendo is officially on the list for PAX East 2026. So if you're heading there, you're planning to head there, make sure you check out some Nintendo games, what they're showing off. We don't know yet. Usually Nintendo will make that more evident when it gets closer to when PAX happens. So we'll probably be able to report on that on our next episode for sure. But stay tuned to our social media and Discord and everything on more details. And if you head to PAX East, let us know what you think and what you checked out from Nintendo.
Speaking of Nintendo, if you ask people what are Nintendo known for, they're going to say video games, great video games. What's the second thing they're most well known for? Suing the hell out of people. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're suing the U.S. government over tariffs that President Donald Trump put in place last year. This is according to the Aftermath. While the Supreme Court struck down the tariffs on February 20th, Trump vowed to impose new 15% tariffs on many global imports under Section 122 of the Trade Act of 1974. 24 states are suing over the new tariffs. As of Thursday, more than 1,000 companies have also sued the U.S. government for what they say is illegal implementation of these tariffs. These companies include Costco and FedEx. Nintendo of America's lawsuit is largely targeting refunds of the previously imposed tariffs that the Supreme Court struck down. The Supreme Court found that Trump could not invoke the International Emergency Economic Powers Act of 1977 to put the tariffs in place. They are asking the court to refund with interests.
And we got our Nintendo Music app updates. So on March 2nd, we got, I'm assuming the rest of the soundtrack for Kirby Air Riders, as it's over 100 tracks. So there's quite a selection for you to pick from there. And then as of March 9th, we got the Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury soundtrack. So some great new Mario music just in time for Mario Day.
Nice. Well, happy anniversary and congratulations. Hamster Corp announced just the other day that they, I believe this was on, I get this date correct here,
March 3rd.
March 3rd, that it was their 9th anniversary. And it's right there as I'm reading it, March 3rd. And to the arcade archives for Nintendo Switch, which has already released its 9th anniversary. And over the 9 years, they've released 507 titles. The weekly releases certified by Guinness World Records continue with 470 consecutive weeks of distribution. They wanted to thank everyone who supported them, and we are thankful for them for preserving games like this and for continuing to pop them out like crazy. I wish that NSO would be able to learn from them.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? We talked about this earlier in the podcast. Mario Wonder has a brand new, Super Mario or Nintendo Switch 2 edition coming out. They showed off a brand new trailer with new details. So, what does it have? Koopalings, all 7 Koopalings have invaded the Flower Kingdom. You can seek them out as new bosses. The Super Flower Pot Power Up. You can grab this item to transform into a flower with a bouquet of new actions at your disposal, like extending your jumps with a flutter or attacking enemies by launching large flowers into the air. You can now equip dual badges, collect and combine action, boost, and expert badges to create different effects for your character, mix and match. Bella Bell water, you can pour it on sprouts with a variety of flowers will bloom, including greeting flowers and instrumental flowers, which will help decorate and enliven the park somehow. And Amiibo, Elephant Mario, Poplin and Prince Florian, and Captain Toad and Talking Flower will launch at the same day as the game on March 26th. Tap an Amiibo onto Bell Bell Park to change the flower field and other decorations, or while on a course to obtain a power up.
And then I guess pretty much Steve's already mentioned, but on March 3rd, the Switch turned 9 years old. So I don't know if it's the 9th anniversary or 9th birthday. I guess it's basically the same thing. But um, yeah, happy anniversary / birthday to the Nintendo Switch for 9 wonderful years of gaming.
Nice. Yeah, lots of stuff here. I mean, from Nintendo suing the U.S. government to some cool stuff coming out from Capcom, PAX East. I'm still missing PAX East. Living here in Colorado, wish I was able to come to go out and be a part of that. So thankful for Arcade Archives and what they're doing. Mario Wonder, as I said earlier, it makes me more and more excited every time I see more of all this. Barry, what do you think of these headlines?
I think you gave me a disproportionate headlines with the largest to talk about and Greg the least to talk about, and I call foul. But yeah, no, uh, the Capcom Spotlight is great. I'm excited to see the winners or the finalists for the Dual Overdrive uh, Robot Master contest, and Star Force Legacy Collection looks fantastic. So really excited for that. And like Pragmata, I might be playing that, the demo. I don't know if you ever played the demo yet, but the demo was really fun.
Not yet. It's on my Switch too, but I haven't played it yet. I'm playing AI instead.
Yeah, that's fine. AI is more important. Yeah, we knew about Nintendo buying Bandai Namco Singapore. They've been working with Nintendo for a while. I think it's a smart acquisition. I think more strength will come from it. Uh, I like to see smart acquisitions, not the acquisitions where it's like, oh, well, if I buy you, then no one else can have your game kind of deal.
Or we're going
It's
to
just
close you in
children.
a few months.
I'm going to close you in a few months. Coming back to PAX East, that's great. I'm not able to go, unfortunately, but happy to see them back. I remember when they used to do New York Comic Con. I loved it, and then they just stopped. I'm like, why? Nintendo suing the U.S. Go to it. As a U.S. citizen, I say, you know what? Do it, because no one is above the law, and if you break the law, there has to be consequences. So good for you. We'll see what happens. Nintendo Music Update. I love the fact that Kirby Air Riders has that many songs. Like that game is amazing. So good to see more updates. Arcade Archives, man, Hamster is just killing it. There's so many great games that they brought, and even Nintendo, like the arcade dual screen Punch Out and Super Punch Out. I never thought we'd see those on a home console. They're there. Versus Super Mario Brothers, the original Donkey Kong arcade. They're all there. Even Clue Clue Land and Balloon Fight. Like, I love that. I love that we're getting these classic arcade games brought over, and we have been for 9 years, and it's still going strong. And they're doing the console archives now. So happy anniversary, Hamster. Keep it up. You're killing it. We've talked about Mario Wonder. In fact, I just talked a lot about Mario Wonder. uh, I'm excited for it, so it's definitely on my radar. They've sold me with all this new stuff, and I can't believe the Switch is 9 now. I mean, I remember when it came out, like how much has changed in 9 years. My God. But happy birthday, happy anniversary, whatever, to the Switch, and I'm sure you'll keep living on for a while yet.
Maybe pass up the PS2 if Sony doesn't keep
Definitely.
finding sales in the
Doesn't They're not
closet.
gonna be able to find them fast enough.
Greg, what did you think of these headlines?
I had missed like the Capcom Spotlight, but it's really great to see that they're got some good range of games like their Street Fighter franchise and also some Mega Man love, because I know it seems like it's been a while since Mega Man's got some games, so it's great to see that they've got some stuff coming out. Um, the Bandai Namco thing, I mean, obviously, was a little bit of a surprise to me personally. I didn't realize it was on the last episode, but I guess it makes sense because it's just like the next level games. They've done a lot of work with Nintendo, so it kind of makes sense for them to kind of bring them in under their umbrella. So it should be a pretty good thing there. Um, PAX East, I haven't been able to go to one because it's not here in the Midwest, but maybe someday I can try to go. Maybe me and Steve can go out there together at some point. That would be a lot of fun just to relive like that E3 day that we did. But
I'm always looking for an excuse to go to Boston, so sure.
sounds like a plan there. um, yeah, with the tariff stuff, like yeah, I guess since we're not getting our own rebate check, so I hope Nintendo gets theirs. So yeah, they could probably need the extra money so they can lower our prices back down on our Switch 2 accessories and
That's
all the other
not
stuff they had
happening.
to increase. Usually not, but just hope at least.
Sure.
And then for Mario Music, yep, or the music app, I should say, and it's not only Mario Music because there's Air Riders. It's great to see that they're still got awesome support, and really hope to see some more Switch 2 titles join the fray on here. I would really like more of the Donkey Kong Bonanza soundtrack, as I really loved some of those tunes there. And then, yeah, it's really great to see the arcade archives doing really strong on Switch and here on Switch 2. So it's really great to see that they have been going for 470 consecutive weeks with the world record. So that's incredible news. And then, yeah, like Barry, I'm probably going to be also picking up the Mario Wonder thing because it sounds like it should be a really good time and a lot of significant content update that's not something minor. So really wondering to see how these boss battles will work in this game because the original Switch 1 version did not really have anything remotely call the boss battle because it was like basically just like 3 things, and it was super simple, just like hitting like a switch and like barely even doing anything. But yeah, and then Switch turning 9, that's incredible, and hopefully they can keep that momentum going and pass the PS2.
Hmm.
Maybe after it does, then they'll just continue to say, "Hey, we found some more Nintendo Switch sales," so it stays on top. So
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, I think it's cool, like all that Capcom showed off. Like huge surprises, but it's cool to see what they're showing off, what they're putting out, and I love that all these games are available on Nintendo platforms. So that's great. Um, yeah, Namco Bandai stuff I talked about earlier. Just cool to see more details on how that's all gonna play out. Love to go back to PAX, but cool that Nintendo's there. I think it's gonna be interesting to how this whole lawsuit plays out. Um, and I have seen that some companies have said that they're going to try to pass their what they get back on to the customers. I don't know if Nintendo is going to be able to do that or how they would even do something like that, and I don't know how other companies are going to be able to do that either. But it's nice to at least see how some companies say, "Hey, we're going to try. We're going to try to make that happen. If we, win this thing, they're asking for the tariffs back plus interest, so." There's a possibility, or maybe they'll do it in a different way where they'll, put something on sale for a while and be able to take a loss because they've gotten some money back. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but it'd be
You
nice
know
to
what they could
see
do?
what's that.
They could pay their unpaid intern some more extra money so that they actually put NSO games every week, like
Yeah,
Hamster.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
like here we're gonna give back. We're gonna make a steady stream of NSO games every single week and use that money to get the licenses and to pay people to get the emulation running. And I
yeah.
think that would be acceptable. We'd all
Sure.
get something back then.
Yeah, yeah. It's a way of us benefiting from it
And
for
and
sure.
if you're listening, going, well, I don't have NSO, so I don't benefit. That's your fault for not spending $20. Okay. Anyway.
or maybe we'll all be Nintendo ambassadors again, and then we'll each get a personal
Oh, there
Maybe,
you go.
invite-
maybe.
get our own
Uh,
exclusive 10 Game Boy Advance virtual console games.
I think I mentioned my thoughts on everything else. Yeah, and again, I am so excited for Wonder updates, and I did not expect to hear myself saying that, but that is the case every time I hear more about it. Go in the chat real quick. I realized that we've neglected the chat. Sorry about that, chat. But Jesse Glenn in there saying that he's been playing a lot of um, the. Oh wait, actually, I think I missed the first thing. 2 Point Hospital. Um, while he was dog watching this last weekend, and it's still good. And been a really decent Mega Man X comic releasing currently too, and so he's excited about that. So that's really cool. And he said all the Wonder talk reminded him of having uh, that he has been making his way through Super Mario Brothers U and Wii U, and wow, this may be his favorite. So have not played them before, and he's like on the seventh or eighth world. So that's cool. Yeah, those are great games. They blew me away when they first came out too, because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like these, and I played a lot of those games. They are great. Well, we've got two main discussions for you on this episode. And again, we've covered so much already. We're going to cover a lot more because just the other day on February 27th, we had a Pokemon Presents celebrating their anniversary, the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. And, Pokemon Company wants to acknowledge anniversaries, unlike Nintendo wanting to just like skip over the 40th anniversary of Zelda. But Pokemon wanted to acknowledge, and we have 15 different announcements that were made on February 27th for Pokemon Presents. And so, yeah, we were just going to run through each of these. We're going to do them like sets of five. Just kind of go through all of this. And if you're watching the video version, you want to check more about this. This is just on the Pokemon website, Pokemon.com. You can find out all the more details on there. But it's all started off with a Game Boy music or collection. So it's a Game Boy jukebox, basically, that is going to be dropping. And in this, they have swappable cartridges that each play a Pokemon song. So 45 different cartridges that you can swap out on this little miniature Game Boy. There's also information on the Pokemon World Championships and Pokemon XP events that will be held simultaneously in San Francisco's Chase Center this year. So, a much bigger venue, and be able to pack a lot more people and exciting things in during those events. Also, we got information on the Pokemon trading card game. It's getting in on the 30th anniversary celebrations with a brand new set that will release simultaneously worldwide later this year. Also, Pokemon Go gets an update alongside the 30th anniversary. 2026 also marks the 10th anniversary of the Pokemon Go game on mobile. And to celebrate, a lot of previously available Pokemon will make their way or make their return in an all-out event, which runs March 7th through 8th. So actually, it's already passed at this point. So the two-day event started on this two-day tour started on February 28th and gave a promo code that was available to use until March 2nd. Again, that's already passed by this point, but that gave you an encounter with your for a chosen Pokemon. And then Pokemon Master EX was celebrating 6.5 years of that game, as in the OG protagonist. Will arrive in Pokemon Masters EX alongside his, Red, as in the OG protagonist, will arrive in the game alongside his Pikachu, and also Florian and Oregapon, I think is how you pronounce that, and Juliana and Terrapagos will also get their own individual events in coming weeks. And you can log in now to receive 3,000 free gems in Pokemon Masters EX. So, Barry, what'd you think of these first set of 5 announcements?
So the Game Boy I thought was interesting, but it feels weird that they went with the hit clips where it's each individual cartridge. Neat idea. I don't feel the need for it, but I see a lot of people do enjoy it. So for the nostalgia, the novelty of it, it's harmless. That's really, in that sense. I'm glad that the World Championships are going strong and that they made it a bigger event. They have a good presence for kids, a lot of family events. It's bringing people together, so I'm all for that. Trading card game I haven't played since it launched, but I love that they're just releasing an anniversary set. But please make enough available. No more Costco and Target fights. Pokemon Go, I can't believe it's already been 10 years. I remember playing that game religiously for 4 years. And yeah, it's great that it's still going strong. I know I have friends that I met while playing the game that still play, and they're really, really cool that they get to enjoy that stuff. It's not for me anymore, but I'm just happy. And I tried Pokemon Masters EX when it came out, and I just couldn't get into it. But again, I'm happy that people are getting to do that. What sucks is I loved Pokemon Duel, and they never talk about Pokemon Duel anymore. That game's been long dead. That was so unique. Why did that one have to die? That was a good game, and no one talks about.
Yeah. Yeah. Greg, how about you?
The Game Boy jukebox is very interesting. I really wonder if this will be Pokemon exclusive or if they'll somehow make other like Game Boy games have soundtracks and stuff on here. But um, I'm guessing it's probably only Pokemon, but I think that'd be really cool if they did kind of expand that out that way. But only having one track on for like and changing the discs, it's really bringing like those Walkman type of things back. We only get like one track on it at all, so that'd be fun to trade all those out. And also hopefully that you'd get like all 45 of them in the same time and not have to like do blind bags to get
No,
the
no, you get them
each Pokemon
times.
Yeah,
track.
yeah, you do. Yeah.
It's all
That'd be horrible. Yeah.
But yeah, the Pokemon World Championships and stuff, obviously won't be out in San Francisco, so it'll be probably a fun time for those that are able to attend. Um, Initially, when speaking of the trading card game, I thought of the mobile game. So I wonder if
Mm.
they'll bring that same set onto the mobile game after it's released, because that would be kind of cool as well. For I know both you two still play it, but in terms of the physical cards, but yeah, that's great to see that they're also at a 30th anniversary celebration. So, as Barry said, hopefully there'll be enough available for everyone that wants to get some new cards. Pokemon Go, I haven't really been playing for quite some time, and was only like for a few months after its initial launch, but great to see that it's still getting some good support, and hopefully people are able to get some missing Pokemon if they missed out over the course of its 10-year lifespan. And then I also haven't played Pokemon Masters EX, but it's still great to see it's getting some good updates and stuff. It's been going strong for 6.5 years, and yeah, it's great to those that enjoy the game and can get some. Sounds like some really good events coming out really soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think the thing with me is that I love the Game Boy jukebox idea, but also I'm like execution. I'm like, I don't want to be swapping out all these different cartridges thing. I enjoy the fact that we live in a digital music thing that I can put, as many songs as I want on my phone or even stream them unlimited with, an internet connection. I don't want to go back and swap out those things. But retro is cool now, and our childhood being retro was just so weird, but and people like that. So um I guess it's cool to jump on that sort of thing. I think it'd be fun to I've never gone to a giant video game tournament. Like I dream about like going to some of the Rocket League finals and the Pokemon World Championships. All those sound so much fun to be in that, but I've never been in it. So maybe at some point in my life, I'll try to make it out. Probably not going to be this year, but some point maybe I'll try to attend one of those things because it does sound like it would be a lot of fun.
That's why I
Probably not
get better at
not
Mario Kart, and
competing.
you can go to that tournament.
Yeah, I won't be competing at any of these. I'm just going to observe and enjoy myself and not add any stress to my life by like having to compete. But the trading card game, I've never got into it. I only gotten into the mostly collecting on the digital version, the mobile version, but it's cool. Pokemon Go, I rarely start that game up, and it's usually when I'm traveling just to see what I see when I'm sitting in an airport. That's about all it is anymore. And so maybe I'll check out this kind of stuff. It's a bummer that I missed out on every one of those announcements because I was putting this list together I think yesterday and I was like, oh well, missed out on that, missed out on that. I missed out on everything. So I guess I won't really miss it because I haven't played it in a long time. And I'm with you, Greg. I've not played Pokemon Master EX, so I don't know what I'm missing on that one. Moving on, we got some more information about everybody's favorite Pokemon Cafe remix. Yes, that game still exists. Yes, some people are playing it. I think I booted it up a little bit when it first came out, and that was about it. But a roundup of all the starter Pokemon for each region is going to be heading to the title from the February 28th and continuing. And new chef outfits and cafe decorations are inbound as well. Jakester is excited. Jakester from our community is excited for Pokemon Sleep. New missions started on February 27th. I know he's been posting a lot about that in our Discord. Pokemon Unite is getting a new Unite event, a new Unite event, and features legendary bird Pokemon Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, and then Maganium. I should have passed this on to someone else. Typhlosion and Feraligatr will be coming alongside a future Electrode Volleyball World Tour as well. And then Pokemon TCG Pocket, we were just talking about a bit ago, that Barry and I play. Reminder that the Paldean Wonders set, which is already out, but they wanted to announce that again. And they also confirmed special rewards for those who log in daily to celebrate the 30th anniversary. And you get tons of time. So if you do miss a day, you can continue on that. And pretty exciting rewards that they've been giving so far. Sets from past uh, card sets that they've been putting out. And then again, last for this section, Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness will be coming to the GameCube, not Game Boy, GameCube classics on NNSO and sometime in March 2026. So that GameCube game is Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness. Barry, what do you think about this set of 5 announcements?
I haven't booted up Pokemon Cafe Remix in a while. However, when my wife saw that, she didn't realize that the game existed, but
Oh,
she must have because she apparently had it downloaded, but she's been playing it. So it got her to play again. So she's been enjoying it. Pokemon Sleep is one of those that I probably should have started, but I had a newborn at the time, and I didn't think I was going to get some
you
sleep,
don't
and
have
I
sleep.
wound up sleeping through the night. So I could have played it, but I didn't. Pokemon Unite, I've been playing every day. Almost have my Zapdos. I can't believe you mispronounced Articuno. That I
Wait,
nearly died inside.
did I? I was so
Oh yeah,
worried about Typhlosion that
oh
I
no, you
I
butchered
must have just
Articuno.
flew through Articuno.
Yeah, you butchered it. It's great to see the other starters coming too. One thing they didn't touch on is, and something we talked about last time, is about potentially the developer being, you know, removed and disbanded.
Hmm.
They added a whole brand new single player mode to that game that is complete with a world map and single player activities and like leveling up progress and all that stuff. Like they put a lot of new content. So if something did happen, they're not letting this game die anytime soon. It was confirmed to be at the championship in 2026 as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good to see them put more stuff into it. But of course, I play it every day. I love it. So TCG Pocket, I play that every day too. And I've got the new set and just need some art cards. And happy to see Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I know it's very expensive, so I'm glad to see it go to GameCube Classics. However, I'm really shocked that Coliseum did not go first because that's the first game, and it's so weird. But I believe Coliseum was announced early on when GameCube Classics were, so
I thought so
I
too.
expect Coliseum to come soon.
Yeah, yeah. Greg, what do you think?
Pretty much similar set as Barry. I never had really played a Pokemon Cafe Remix, so it's still great that they're adding content for those that enjoyed the game. And then same with both of you guys. I'm happy for Jakester to enjoy some more Pokemon Sleep with new missions and stuff. It's always great to see updates there too. Pokemon Unite, haven't touched it since like the first season forever ago, so it's still great that they're adding new content for everybody that still enjoys to play Pokemon Unite. And then for the same thing with the Pokemon Trading Card Pocket, I'd tried it out for a while and then kind of gave up, but who knows, maybe I can still get some rewards if I were to fire it back up. I don't know if I've already
Yeah,
missed it out on some of the
no,
daily
you haven't
stuff.
missed it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like for 30 days or if it's just like a week or
Mm-mm.
how long they so
No, you got
wasn't quite
plenty of
sure.
time.
Yeah, you got tons of time.
And then happy to see more games coming to the GameCube Classic. So as Barry said, hopefully Pokemon Coliseum will be coming soon, but glad to see the Gale of Darkness is there for any people that wanted to check out that one.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I think the thing that mostly sticks out to me is the continued support of TCG Pocket. Yeah, just really love that that game. I'm glad you turned me on to it, Barry. I was
It's fun.
skeptical in the beginning because I was like, I never played the actual card game, but I'm getting into collecting them, and I'm nowhere as far as you are, but I also don't subscribe, so that makes sense. But I need some more friends to give me cards because just you and your wife is not cutting it. I need to catch up. So become my friend. Give me cards. Also, let me
Greg
give
was
you
your
cards
friend, but
too.
he quit.
Yeah, Greg, you need to play more. Uh, I never played Gale of Darkness, but cool that we get it on GameCube Classics, and I'll be checking it out when it comes on there. Next and final set of 5 announcements. We talked about a lot of this on the last episode, but Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green are now available, and they did confirm home compatibility will be patched in sometime in the near future. And yeah, that was a journey, trying to figure out if they were going to have any online home and all that stuff. If you missed out on it, check out our last podcast. We went into all that. And then also Pokemon Champions. We got another teaser trailer, and we're given the release window of April 2026. And then Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimensions DLC can now redeem a mystery gift, which puts you in the path of unlocking the Mega Garchomp Z. And then Pokemon Pokopia was shown off again and featured a new look at DJ Rotom and Chef Dente, and a little more details on the multiplayer features. Some of you guys have already been playing it, and if you're like Barry, you've already beaten it, so you have a lot more information than we found out about in Pokemon Presents. And then finally, we got a look at Pokemon Winds and Waves, and was teased in as the next mainline Pokemon game. The starters include Brout, Pombon, and Gekwa, or Gekka. I think they're going to say Gekwa. I'm not guessing. They haven't actually pronounced these out loud. They just put the words on the screen, so I'm going to guess that's how you pronounce it. That's kind of a gecko kind of character, and so something like that. And then they also showed off 2 different dressed up variants of Pikachu that were shown off, and so it's Mr. Windy Chew or Ms. Wavy Chew, depending on which game you get. I think it kind of ties into the winds or the waves. We didn't see a whole lot of the game, but so far what we've seen, I enjoyed. I think it looks pretty good. I'm excited for the next mainline Pokemon game. I'm still enjoying ZA, but yeah, I'm always excited for next one. And they said it's coming out in 2027, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. But for me, that's good because I still need to finish ZA. Uh, but yeah, not coming out this year to celebrate the anniversary year, but coming out next year. So yeah, we'll have to be a little patient. But Barry, what do you think of all these announcements?
So Fire Red, Leaf Green, I'm glad they're out. I'm glad they confirmed home, because that was always like, why did they delete it? They deleted it just so they could re-announce it. But I'm glad it's confirmed. Pokemon Champions looks good. I'm excited to try it. It's coming out next month. It's free to play. There's going to be a battle pass kind of deal. I think it's really interesting how they're launching it on Switch first and then mobile later. That's an interesting strategy, especially when the trailer showed so many people playing it on mobile.
Right.
But I guess we'll see. Legends ZA, I already got my Mega Garchomp Z. It's not hard to do if you have the DLC. You get they do the mystery gift, and you go to a level 1-star rift,
Right.
and just fight them and win. So it didn't take me long at all. Um, the Pokemon Pokopia, of course, I've already beat it. DJ Rotom is fantastic. You can load him up with 5 different CDs, and he will cycle through the songs because you find CDs in the world, and it's all the Game Boy music, Pokemon Center, the battles, all that stuff. And then you could also make CD players, and you could play them wherever you want and put a CD in and play the classic music instead of the regular music, even though the regular music is fantastic in that game. But it's just a cool little nostalgic throw. And then Winds and Waves. I'm sold. It looks great. Which is just definitely a step up, and I'm really happy that it's 2027. I saw so many people doom and gloom. Nintendo has nothing for the holiday now. Shush! It was February then. It's now March. Plenty of time. Nintendo has something cooking. I'm glad they're taking their time and they're not rushing this out. Let this be holiday 2027. Let them take their time. Let them make the best game possible, as opposed to rushing it out to meet a deadline, and it's just not very good.
Yeah. Greg, what stood out from this set of 5 announcements?
I'm just happy to hear that there's going to be some home support for Fire Red and Leaf Green. I've seen some complaining in some online communities about how you can't use home, so hopefully they'll start turning some things around and could help more people that would want to get in sing with some of the more retro games played like. Um, Pokemon Champions, probably not going to be getting too much into that one because haven't really been doing a lot of the side games for Pokemon, but kind of cool to be seeing like another trailer for it, and might have to check out a demo if there is one. Pokemon Legends ZA, I don't have it yet, but it sounds like it should be pretty easy. What Barry was just saying, to get your Mega Garchomp Z. The Pokemon Pacopia, as I said earlier, might be something I check out with my daughter at some point. I just gotta see if she has any interest to give this game a shot. And then pretty interesting to hear that they announced the next set, and I guess we can probably pencil in like that final weekend before Thanksgiving, because I feel like that's usually when the Pokemon games launch. So that's probably be a good time frame for Winds and Waves. So pretty cool to have the next one coming up right here now.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think the whole fire red and leaf green thing has just been hilarious as I watch it. Like someone leaked something too early, and then they didn't make sure that everything was clear across the board. And oh, that one says this, that one doesn't say it, and it's so funny that like I'm glad it's all out in the open now. Um, Pokemon Champions, I was also shocked, Barry, that like they showed so much mobile. Um, but it's coming out later. So I'm interested in the game for sure. Um, I love that they keep popping out more content for Legends ZA. It gives me more to look forward to when I eventually beat that game. That I can experience all this extra content that I have not been able to experience yet because I'm still like halfway through the game or something like that. And then Pokopia, I've talked about last episode. I'm not gonna get it, but I love that it exists, and I'm looking forward to watching some gameplay and playthroughs online because I enjoy the game. I just won't be playing it myself, but I'll enjoy other people playing through it and getting to experience it through them. But Winds and Waves, yeah, I think it looks cool so far, and I love that they have at least another year to work on it. And like you said, Greg, I think that's usually kind of their release schedule. So we really have a year and a half till we're actually seeing this game in our hands, and so that'd be cool to kind of go back, for them to keep working on that, and for us to experience it, when it looks really good. I mean, the trailer already looks good. They got another year plus working on it. It should be really, really good, and that could be one of those system sellers for Switch 2 for sure. So, so
No, could.
any
That's a system seller.
I mean, it could be. I'm still saying could because I know, some people got upset here and there about some games. Uh, but yeah, it should be a system seller. We'll say that. So, any final thoughts on Pokemon Presents before we move on to Indie World, Barry? Anything?
I thought it was a good presentation. I'm glad that they celebrated the anniversary. I, like many people, would prefer to see a lot of the older stuff come back just to have access to it. I don't plan to play the older stuff, but I think it's great. I think it's harder for me to go back after they have like experience share as a permanent thing
Mm,
and all that stuff. It was always a pain to grind and do that. But when you were a kid, you're in high school or college or whatever, you only have one game every few months.
right.
You had the time, so you did it. But now with games rapid fire coming out as well, I'll just take the experience share and be fine with it. But I'm glad that more people have this as an accessible option. And I love that they're still supporting the side games outside of Duel. I think that it's smart. And I think a lot of people, I see so many people go, oh, this is the part that I tune out now. This is the obligatory mobile part. It's not maybe for you, but there's a ton of people that play
Mhm.
those games. You are not that important. They're going to be addressing everybody. And maybe, just maybe, you would like a game if you actually gave it a try. But it's okay if the game's not for you. But just understand they're addressing the larger audience. And you are part of that, but you're only a small part.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we've definitely moved on from the mainline games are only a piece of the overall Pokemon puzzle at this point. They are merely a piece. So it's exciting to see how they've really taken this franchise and branched out in so many different directions. Um, I think I remember the day when it first came out, and I don't know, did you guys get the VHS tape in the mail that advertised this
Yep. Still
Pokemon
have it.
thing coming to America? And I was like, what is this? And
Did
yep,
you did you
you
get
were.
Nintendo Power with the little guide that was like a small little guide in the magazine, and it gave you like the tips up to like Brock or Misty
Oh, I don't
through the
know.
game?
I wasn't always subscribed to Nintendo Power. I was kind of off and on, so I can't remember if I was subscribed at that time or not.
Yeah, to promote it, there was like a little mini guide inside the magazine, and it get you up to the first or second gym, and it was like, here's some tips on how to do this, and here's where certain Pokemon are, and like it was instrumental. That's actually why I picked Bulbasaur as my very first starter,
Oh,
because they
yeah.
said for an easier time, pick Bulbasaur because Bulbasaur is grass, and grass is stronger against rock and against water, which is the first two gyms. And I was like, oh, okay, so I'll pick Bulbasaur to have an easier time, and I did.
So funny enough, just you saying that makes me think I did have that because I remember reading that and I remember picking Bulbasaur because I read that somewhere and I didn't know where it came from. But that's probably it.
It was a little mini guide in Nintendo
Ah,
Power.
nice. I wonder if I still have that somewhere. Probably still at my parents' house. They have a lot of my stuff. Uh, Greg, any final thoughts about Pokemon Presents?
I think we pretty much covered a lot of the announcement stuff. I don't remember having a VHS tape, even though I know I was subscribed to Nintendo Power for quite some time. But I know I also never even really played Pokemon or even knew much about it all the way up until Smash Brothers, like how a lot of the stuff gets introduced to me from Nintendo, anyways. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, I didn't really know too much about Pokemon until Pikachu was in Smash Brothers 64.
Yeah, it's a fun to see what they've done over the years. Like I never really got into the anime. At some point maybe I've thought about like going back and watching some of it, but it's crazy how it's evolved over time and funny play on words there, evolved with Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to see it all. Did you go get did you get your VHS there, Barry? There it is. Is that the original?
Yeah, the one from Toys R Us.
Okay.
Is the Toys R
Okay.
Us.
So I don't know. Is that the one they mailed as well?
Yeah, they mailed this as
Okay.
well.
I didn't realize that it came from Toys R Us.
Here, look for your inside for your Pokemon show insert, time insert, when the anime is going to be on.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, because it
this
was
is the
talking
original
about the anime
VHS.
and the video game, right?
Yeah,
Like they advertised both.
this is like
Yeah.
the introduction
Yeah.
to Pokemon as a whole.
Yeah.
It was like this
Yeah.
whole big push.
Bring it into the Western world. See if the Americas enjoy Pokemon. And boy did we. It struck some gold with that one.
Well, you know
See,
that
it's interesting.
Nintendo wanted to buy it. That's why the
Yeah.
Pokemon Company exists. Because Nintendo saw like, oh, this is a moneymaker, and Game Freak and Creatures are like, hold on,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Yeah, no, at least for Nintendo Power, I did remember getting Dragon Warrior on the NES, but I don't really remember too much anything about with like Pokemon stuff.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know if my mom did figured that I wasn't really into Pokemon and it somehow just got discarded or something. I don't know, but or given to someone else that she knew that liked Pokemon. I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, the video stuff really that sold it on me. Like it worked exactly as it needed to for the video game. I never got in the anime as I said earlier, but the video game and totally got me. I thought the trading card game was cool, but I didn't want to do math for fun. Uh
Wait, you
but
didn't watch the anime, really? I love
I
the
only
anime.
bits and pieces here and there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I
Love
was
it.
telling Greg that when you were going to get your VHS. Yeah, I never really got into it. Like I like it. I honestly I don't watch too much anime at all. And so it's not just against that. It's more just I don't watch that much
I love
in general. But
the anime launched before the game.
yeah.
Like it launched like a few months before the game, I believe. So
Yeah.
I watched the anime every morning before going to school because it aired
Nice.
at like 7 in the morning or whatever,
Nice.
or 6:30, and I watched it every. So by the time the game came out, I was
Yeah.
prepped.
Yeah.
I was ready. I'm like, oh man, this
That's
here we
fun.
go. Let's do it.
Yeah. It still had an impression on me because to this day, Pikachu is still my favorite because of the anime. Even though I really didn't watch it, it was because it was Ash's favorite. It was my favorite too, and so like even though I didn't watch it, it still very much had an impression on me. Um, yeah,
And see where I didn't really even know Pokemon. I just came to know Pikachu as my favorite because he was in Smash Brothers 64. So he became one of my mains there. So
So was
like
Jigglypuff.
no one likes Jigglypuff.
Actually,
I mean,
Jigglypuff is most popular in Japan. That's
I'm
why
just
she's
kidding.
there.
Well, We all know American culture is very different than Japan.
Yep.
Um,
Jigglypuff is huge in the anime.
yeah,
I mean, even if you saw the Super Bowl ad,
that's true.
Lady Gaga singing Jigglypuff's song from the anime.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to our last main discussion, the Indie World Showcase, which happened on March 3rd, just a few days ago, and they showed off 18 different games. So we're going to fly through a lot of this. Good show, lots of different amazing games shown off, lots of different types of games. We're going to tackle these in just 3 sections of 6 games each. And try to scroll through those as well on NintendoFuse.com. If you haven't checked out the Indie World Showcase, you can watch the whole thing, or you can check out the individual trailers that we got for you on NintendoFuse.com as well. But yeah, 18 games. Let's start off from the beginning. We got Din Shatak, I think is how you pronounce it. That game is coming out on June 17th. And there is a demo available now. This is for Switch 2 only. And then we're getting a game that's kind of sad. Not kind of sad. It is sad. But I know a lot of people were going, "Come on, Nintendo, you're killing me." With My Little Puppy. The digital game is dropping on May 29th. And the physical is dropping sometime in June of this year of 2026 on Switch 1. And then we're getting a game called Heave Ho 2, of course, a follow up to Heave Ho 1. And that's going to be dropping sometime in the summer of 2026 on both Switch 1 and 2. And then Moonlighter 2, I guess, again, a follow up to Moonlighter 1. Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault, is dropping sometime in 2026 on Switch 2 only. We're also getting Wudo, something like that. That's dropping sometime in the summer of 2026 on both Switch 1 and 2. And then the last of this section of games, Mini Shoot Adventures, which I talked about already. I've already been playing on Switch 2. That dropped on Switch 1 and Switch 2 that day of the indie showcase itself. So, Barry, any thoughts about these 6 games?
Yeah, so Dench Attack is one of those that I've actually been following on Twitter, so to see it there has been really cool because it brings me back to that Dreamcast era when games were
Mm.
colorful and they were wacky and they were crazy and they were just arcadey and fun and they weren't to be taken seriously. Crazy Taxi, Jet Grind Radio or Jet Set Radio, whichever you want to call it. Like it just feels like an adrenaline rush and I'm all there for it. I haven't tried the demo, but I'm looking forward to the game. I think it looks fantastic. Just great to see. My Little Puppy, when they first made the announcement, I'm thinking like, oh, is this like My Little Pony kind of deal? And then they told the story, and I watched the trailer, and I was like in tears as a dog owner who has lost dogs, and I miss my dogs, and I cried for so long. Like, if you've never had a dog or any pet really, and then lost them, then they were super close. Like you wouldn't understand the impact of this game. But if you have, everybody universally was just crying because it is such an emotion to lose a loved pet and to go through this journey where you're trying to help your human get to the after. What a concept. I think that's such a cool concept, honestly, and I think it might have stole the show for a lot of people just because of how different it was. Heave Ho 2, I never played the first one, but I know it did really well. Moonlighter 2, the same thing. I never played the first, but I've heard good things. Wudo looks interesting, but the other one was Mini Shoot Adventures, which looks fantastic. And one of these days I'll get around to it. Just I have too much going on right now, but it does look fantastic.
Yeah. Greg, what stood out to you from these 6?
Yeah, like Barry, I was pretty much saddened to see the story of My Little Puppy. That was like holy cow! I can't believe we're having such a deep game for like at the start of this thing here. So
Yeah.
really
Second
hit
game
hit
in.
the second game in, hit the feels really hard. So like I don't think I'll end up like getting it or anything, but wow, hopefully it does really good because it sounds like and it could play really good too. But um For Dench Attack, I didn't really seem too interested. Not my type of game, but excited for those that would want to play it. Uh, Same thing with Barry. I didn't play Heave Ho 1 or Moonlighter 1, so likely both passes on both of those. I believe the Widow game was like a puzzle game. That one I think did look somewhat interesting. I have marked in my notes here, so
A cozy
might be
puzzle game.
something I check out this. Yeah, that I might check out this summer. And then the mini shoot adventures. I know that's more of both of your guys' alley, as I'm not really into the huge bullet hell type games with screens just covered with pellets and you gotta dodge everything and
It's
still
not that.
upgrade everything. So I know there's at
It's
least one part of the I know there's at least one scene in there where it looks you could see all the bullets just flying all over the place, but
sure. Yeah. I mean, it's there's a lot. It's more of a twin stick shooter. So it's like Geometry Wars, but with there's a progression, and you see like go from stage to stage and all that stuff. So you're progressing and leveling up, and there's a world you explore, um, rather than just getting bombarded by tons of enemies. So yeah.
yeah. I'm Yeah, not huge into the space shooters though, but happy for you guys and hope you guys enjoy it.
Well, no surprise, that's the one that stood out to me. And I hadn't. I know this is like people have been talking about it for a while, and people are looking forward to it. Somehow, it totally flew under the radar for me, and so I had no idea really about it. And then so it caught me off guard. Got review code, and I've already been playing it quite a bit. So we'll talk more about it in the future. But I'm enjoying it so far, and that's the one that stood out to me. Dinch Attack. I mean, trains or something like subways and stuff, like Tony Hawk kind of combination. It seems fun. I don't know if I'll get it, but it seems really fun. Let's move on to the next set of six. Just keep this thing moving. We got the Midnight Walk, which comes out again on Switch 2 exclusively. I don't mean that only on Switch 2, but not on Switch 1 is how I mean for that. On March 26th, so just a few days away. And then Rotwood is coming out to Switch 2 on March 3rd. So actually, at this point, it's already been out for a few days. And then Mixtape dropped just a couple days ago, or sorry, that's May, not March. May 7th is coming out Mixtape. We've heard about this game, but it's kind of like dropped off the radar and now it's all of a sudden back. So that's cool. You get all this different music and it's incorporated into this narrative driven game. That's dropping on May 7th, not March 7th, May 7th for Switch 2. And then Belighted, Blighted. I think it's Blighted. Yeah, there's no extra letter in there. Blighted is coming to Switch 2 sometime this fall from Drinkbox Studios. And then Dead Zone Rogue, which is right up Barry and I's alley for, Rogue. We love those Rogue games. That's coming March 17th. So on St. Patrick's Day, we're getting Dead Zone Rogue, which actually kind of looks cool. It's a first person Rogue game, and that's on Switch 2. And then finally, for this little section, we'll start the sizzle reel with Outbound that drops on April 23rd, 2026 on Switch 2. And there's now a demo available for that game specifically as well. So several games coming out. Some of them very, very soon. Some of them already out. Some of them we're going to have to wait a little longer. Barry, what'd you think of this section? Anything stand out?
I've heard really good things about Midnight Walk, but it's not my type of game. But I'm happy for those that have been looking for that. Mixtape is another one that I might play that out to see what's going on, but it has my interest. The other ones not so much. Maybe Rotwood, but like Dead Zone Rogue. I've heard a lot of people really like that, but I'm not a first person shooter, so and I'm not a Rogue fan, so more power
Two
to you, but
strikes.
it's not for me. Two strikes.
Nice. Yeah. Greg, what do you think?
I mean, I don't really have a ton of notes for this section here. I mean, Rotwood seems like it could be potentially interesting. I have it noted as like possibly a hack and slash type game, and sometimes those can be pretty fun. Um, Then on Blighted, I think it was like an action RPG, so it might be something to further check out as well. But yeah, I'm on board with you guys. Not really into the roguelike type games like Dead Zone Rogue, so that's probably be an easy pass for that one for that too. And then I know for the sizzle reel, I didn't really have a lot of notes because of how fast it's only like 3 seconds, and it's really hard to get a accurate gameplay footage. And I unfortunately I didn't go back and try to find full on trailers for the sizzle reel games.
Yeah, for this section, nothing really stood out to me. There's like, oh, I got to get that game. I'm intrigued by mixtape. I think it's an interesting concept. I'll look more into it, for sure as it gets closer to May, and maybe check it out. It has that kind of quirkiness to it, that narrative stuff that that kind of lends itself. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the storyline stuff of Life is Strange True Colors. So that was very music kind of driven, and that kind of pulled me in. I was like, okay, I can see that, and how this kind of incorporates it too. But we'll see. um I was intrigued by Dead Zone Rogue. I'm not going to play it because, like Barry, I rarely play a first person game, and I'm not a huge fan of roguelikes. But I was intrigued by it because it looks really good. And for an indie studio, like a small team, to be able to put this out is like, that was that looks really, really good what they showed off. So I was especially impressed by that. We'll continue in the sizzle reel and then get to our last big announcement. But we got a Switch 1 and Switch 2 game called Ink on Benny, I think is how you pronounce it. That might be completely wrong. One store, many stories, where you get to run a store. And that drops on April 30th, 2026 on Switch 1 and Switch 2, like I said. Unrailed 2, Back on Track. It's going to be dropping in sometime in May 2026. And the demo is now available for both Switch 1 and Switch 2 for that game. This is a co op railroad builder. And then Ratatan, I think is how you pronounce it, from Ratata Arts. This is dropping on July 16th of 2026 for Switch 2. This is where you command 100 unique characters in this rhythm roguelike. So, yeah, right up our alley again. Uh, and then Grave Seasons will drop from Perfect Garbage and Blumhouse Games on sometime in the summer of 2026 on Switch 1. Toem 2 is dropping sometime this summer as well on Switch 1 from Something We Made. And finally, we got to the very end and a little bit of a surprise that Blueprints, the critically acclaimed game that's been dropping on other systems and other places, is coming to Switch 2, and it actually dropped that day. Shadow drop of Blueprints on Switch 2 the day of the indie showcase. So, Barry, what stands out to you other than the obvious?
Other than the obvious. So of these, Ratatan is actually was a Kickstarter, which I'm part of. It's by the developers of Patapon, and my
Hmm.
wife loved Patapon on the PSP, and obviously we have Patapon 1 and 2 is now on the Switch. So it's really cool to see they're no longer with Sony, they're independent and they're making their own IP. The rest of it out didn't really get me. Toem I've heard good things about. I might pick that one up to try before doing Toem 2. But obviously the big one is Blueprints, which really excited about, and I'm working with the team to do the physical, which is always cool to have that little thing. In fact, I kind of knew about it before the launch, before the indie world. So I was like, oh, I knew a surprise beforehand. But it was actually on sale, so I wanted to support. So I did pick it up. I just haven't played it yet.
Nice. Yeah, it was fun where Barry's like, I think I may know something about the showcase. He, of course, didn't tell us, and then we got to
Yeah,
the
no,
end. I was like, I bet that's what he was thinking. And lo and
I
behold,
didn't
it
want to
was.
spoil it.
Yeah, of course, of course. Greg, what'd you think of this last set of 6 games?
I didn't really see anything that really stood out. A lot of these just seemed like genres and stuff that I don't really dive too deep into or really check out most of the time for other types of games. Um, Blueprints was actually spoiled by Barry because he wrote Blueprints in the Discord, and I had a chance to watch the indie showcase at that point in time because my daughter had to be at school at 8:15, so it was live for me at 8 o'clock. So I wasn't able to watch this one live, so it was spoiled effectively by him. So,
Well,
um,
that's your fault.
oh, it's my fault that didn't have time to watch it as it was live.
Yeah,
One of the few
but
times that I
it's your
can't.
fault. It's your fault for looking at the discussion we had before watching the showcase. You know, whenever there's a showcase, we're going to be discussing it. So if you haven't seen it yet, you stay clear. That's
But
the
that was also,
rule.
yeah, I mean, that was in our three-way group chat thing. So those notifications are pushed through like text messages. So I
Yeah.
see the full text on the screen, and because it's like an alert that goes off. It's just like, oh, look at this. And
Yeah.
it
You have
wasn't
to
like
do it
in
next time.
our other parts of our Discord where unless it's like pegged me specifically, then I don't see it until I log into the Discord. But yeah, as I mentioned at the top of the podcast, Blueprints did sound incredibly interesting. It, with its mystery and like strategy and puzzle elements all being all together. So I was very much intrigued that I already had went through and had purchased it for the sale price. So I thankfully got a little bit of a discount there, but hoping to get some time with it before the next episode to be able to talk about it some more.
Nice, nice. Yeah, Blueprints is definitely the one that stand out to me, and I love the concept of it. I'm just at this point where I'm like, do I have the time to sink into it? Barry, have you played this on another console? You haven't.
No,
Okay.
I have a friend who played through, two friends actually that played through, and they loved it. And I was only on PlayStation, so I was thinking
Okay.
about getting it for PS5, but
Okay.
I've been too busy with other games. And then when I found out that this was coming to Switch too, I'm like, there we go, play on Switch too.
Nice. Yeah. I'm just gonna look up real quick like how long it is to because there's so much that's built into
How
this
long?
game. I'm guessing it's gonna be main story is 18 hours. So it's not terribly long, but if you want to go main plus extra is 35 and a half hours, and a completionist is racking in right at 100 hours right now.
Wow.
Holy cow.
So we'll see. We'll see. It's kind of daunting to think about. And because it looks really good, and this is going to be one of those games that I would want to play a lot of, and I'm like, whoo, 100 hours. That's a big
But only if you
undertaking.
want 100% it.
Right. But even 35 and a half hours at this point in my life, that's a lot. I mean, I'm I think I'm right around like 18 to 20 hours into AI right now, and it's wearing on me. I don't know.
Oh
We'll
man,
see.
that's
We'll see.
nothing. You got to bump up those numbers, kids.
I need to turn back time. Is what I need to do. Well, back in the days when
You're the
I
time
was a
traveler. You could do it.
I'm not actually a time traveler. If I was, don't you believe I'd actually be doing it? But yeah, right now I just have way too many responsibilities to sink that many hours into a video game.
Could you
Would I want
imagine
to?
having that where it's
Absolutely.
like you just take like a 2 week vacation and like you play as much of whatever game you want for 2 weeks, and then after that you rewind time and just keep reliving those 2 weeks over and over and just get through
Be
every
great.
game you want.
Oh, it'd be great.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
can
at that
just see
point,
it
just
now. Like,
same day over and over.
Well, no, but then your save progress wouldn't work. I'm saying it
Oh, okay.
resets after 2 weeks.
I'd have to
Because if you go back in
travel,
time,
yeah,
that's why I'm
with
saying
me.
give yourself 2 weeks to play through the game and then reset, and you will lose your
Yeah,
save progress, but it doesn't matter. You've played the game now. You can play other games.
sure, sure. And my memories stay
And
with
two
me.
weeks should be
Yeah,
exactly your memories stay with
yeah,
you. And I figure 2 weeks should be a good,
yeah.
enough time really to play through
So I'll
most
just
games.
come back and say like, "Hey, I played like all these 100 games and I complete them all." And you're like, "Well, that's not what your play log says."
Yeah, no, I would then if you said that to you, I'd be like, all right, should prove it, like tell us
Yeah,
about it. If I played them, I want to know,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
I
prove
would
me
think that the
wrong.
play log would show it because I was gonna say like a new Xenoblade game like drops like that day, and all of a sudden Barry's thing jumps up to like 1,000 hours put in. Like, oh, I already 100%ed it already.
Right, but Barry doesn't time
No,
travel,
but
so
but if you reset time, everything that you do would be reset till you go back to that point.
yeah.
So
Unless
you would
my
lose the save
Switch
data.
2 also travels in time with me. So
You would probably the server would probably crash within
probably
like
Nintendo servers
they would
definitely cannot handle it.
Nintendo would ban your console from you
Yeah,
would have to be in airplane
that's
mode.
very true. Very true. Let's stop talking about nonsense. We've already went well over on this episode. But let's move to upcoming games. And also we're going to throw a couple highlights of updates that have happened to a couple games that we have covered on previous game chats that kind of could potentially even affect our thoughts on those different games because they're pretty significant updates. But before we jump into those updates, again, games that are coming out over the next couple weeks. Ones that stood out to me as I was scrolling this earlier. Again, if you're watching the video version, you can see this on the screen. But March 12th, we're getting Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly Remake. On March 13th, we're getting WWE 2K26, as well as Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection. March 17th, we're getting MLB The Show, Dead Zone Rogue, which we mentioned earlier in the indie showcase. And March 20th, we're getting Machine Gun Fury. And March 21st, we're getting King of Tokyo, which is the board game, video game that's coming out. So several games that kind of stood out to me. I think some of the ones that I'm looking forward to on there. Machine Gun Fury looks interesting to me. Fatal Frame games have always looked interesting to me, but I don't really get into too many horror games. But it looks really cool. And King of Tokyo is a fun board game, and it'll be cool to see how they translate that to the video game. Barry, anything else? Any of these or anything else stand out to you?
Monster Hunter Stories 3, and then a new Shalnor game is coming out, but I'm still one game back. I've really been enjoying those indie Zelda games, so I was really happy to see them put out another one. That's mainly it for my goals, other than games that I'm playing for work that I can't talk about,
Mhm.
and I want to finish Witch the Holy Night. That's my plans. And then I've got what for us, Steve,
Mhm.
mainly we have a conundrum coming up because
Mm.
we have Mario Wonder DLC and New Life is Strange, I believe, at the exact same day.
What?
Yeah, I think they're both
No.
March 26th is New Life is Strange and Mario Wonder DLC.
Man, it's been a while since I've had that conundrum. You face it every once in a while. It's been a
Oh,
while for
all the
me.
time.
Oh,
I faced it last year with Metroid Prime 4 and Octopath Traveler 0 and Sonic Racing Crossworld Switch 2 edition, and I still haven't played Octopath Traveler 0 because I
yeah,
just haven't been able to fit it back in. It was too much.
same. Ugh, too many games. Greg, what stood out to you from this list, or maybe something else that I didn't mention?
Pretty much nothing else I really saw for this time around, but yeah, be nice to check out the Super Mario Wonder update a little bit after the next podcast there. And is this the brand new Life is Strange game already then?
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah,
have
the
to,
brand new one.
Yep, it's not announced yet
yikes.
for Switch 2. We're still
Yeah,
holding out hope.
I pre-ordered the PS5, so
Nice.
because
Yeah,
it's not coming to Switch 2.
I may end up getting it for Xbox if that's the
I'm
case.
really shocked that it's not. I figured it would be here in the indie world or something, or at least
Yeah.
in the partnership, like a partnership or something. Like let's get that game on Switch too. I don't understand why it wouldn't be. All the other games are on Switch, and I don't see this. Like looking at this game and looking at the last one, the
Mm-hmm.
graphics are the same. Like you could tell it's the
Yeah.
same engine.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
if the last one ran on Switch 1, how could this not run on Switch 2?
Yeah. The only thing is if we actually are going to get a Nintendo Direct sometime soon, but I don't
Nope,
see it happening.
not till June,
But
maybe late
or they
May.
could just shadow drop it, which is weird because why would they hold back all the information if they were just going to shadow
Yeah.
drop it? Makes no sense.
Yeah, it's dumb. It should
Yeah.
be out. Like, there's no reason that every Life is Strange game has been on the Switch now, with the exception of Captain Spirit, which is still I don't know why that one hasn't come over. It was a free game. Come on, just bring it over.
Yeah.
Make it $2.99 or whatever. It's still worth it.
Yeah. Three games that we've done previous game chats and reviews on that we just want to highlight real quick. The first one, Barry did a review on. So tell us about this first update.
Wait, is this in the?
Yeah.
Oh, Mandragora. There we
Yeah.
go. I didn't see
Yeah.
you added to the sheet.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, Mandragora. So this update adds infinite replay value along with the significant quality of life improvements, plus extensive gameplay, UI updates, and graphical enhancements. They added a new game plus where you could dive in indefinitely. You could keep playing with empowered enemies, upgrading your weapons, and the ability to start with a fully equipped character, which is great. Added new weapons. They added quality of life updates such as enhanced skill management with refund and respec options because there is a skill tree in the game, improved map navigation, and quick buy/sell features. They added gameplay improvements. They experienced refined movements and combat mechanics, including better glide activation, ledge grabbing, and balanced stamina consumption. That was one of my big things was the glide activation. So I'm glad that that's been updated. Boss and enemy adjustments, face optimized boss fights with clear mechanics and balanced difficulty, along with improved enemy hitboxes with behaviors. Some of the bosses in that game are really tough. So I'm glad to see that. Visual and UI enhancements, immerse yourself in upgraded visuals for characters, environments, and effects, along with improved UI navigation and performance, and various bug fixes across combat, skills, quest, and general performance to ensure a smoother gaming experience. So watch my game chat on Mandragora and know that these updates only enhance it. And I already recommended the game, so it's now even better.
Yeah. One of the game chats that Barry and I did, and we've kind of gotten some little heat from it from certain people, was about Boulder Dash 40th anniversary,
We're
and
infamous
they've
in the Boulder Dash community right now.
yeah, and there's much excitement because they've gotten a huge, extensive update that has finally come to Nintendo Switch as well. So 3 new modern worlds, including the legendary fan-generated Firefox levels, new classic world with levels from Boulder Dash construction set. Original look from the ZX Spectrum and Apple II are now selectable, and a total of 320 playable caves that will delight both nostalgic players and new fans. And there's also, thank goodness, a lot of other platform optimizations and technical improvements. So full Steam Deck support for those that played on Steam, fixed performance issues on Nintendo Switch. Hallelujah. Numerous UI and import and score and workshop improvements, which we all talked about in our game chat as well. Enhanced sounds, including new effects for the Magic Wall and Classic Worlds, and additional languages of Japanese and Russian. And this goes in addition to some other updates that they've already released that help out a lot with the different control issues that we talked about on our game chat as well. So I would say, like, I've not tried the game yet since this update, but this is a lot of the things that we addressed in our game chat and why we talked about it so negatively. So it's really cool, number one, to hear that they heard it and they paid attention to it. So that's cool. And number two, that they actually have addressed it and are doing something about it to make the game continually better. And that's really exciting. So I'll be checking it out sometime soon and report back to say, okay, is this a better experience or not? So what do you think, Barry? Does it seem
Yeah,
like it's going
hey
to be a good
man.
thing?
You know what? They did such a good job with the packaging and bringing so many levels and it's really a collection of all these older Boulder Dash games together, which I love. I think that's what we need. We need to celebrate all these great games and all these older games and allow accessibility. So not only did they do, if they just did the UI fixes and the control fixes and the performance fixes, I would have been happy because those are my biggest problems. Content was never the problem, but for
Right.
them to go above and beyond and add more classic levels, more classic looks because you can change the character based on the box art from all those old games, like that's icing on the cake, and that's a big icing on the cake. Like if you enjoy puzzle games, you're talking over 320 levels. That's a lot of
Yeah.
bang for your buck, and if it's playing better and running better. then yeah, absolutely. Like it changes everything.
Yeah.
It is a true game changer.
Yeah.
Speaking of not so much of a game changer, I guess. There was an update for Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S, which we did a game chat review on. Upcoming patch 1.0.5 is coming out, and what does it add? It adds Puyo Tetris doubles mode that's now ready for action in local and online multiplayer. So a brand new mode, which is cool, and then various bugs have been squished. That's it. That's it. So we got a new mode, which is
Yeah.
cool, and bug fixes is always good. I know some people prefer the original 2 versus 2S. Um, I didn't play the original. I enjoyed 2S. So new modes, just new content, so it is a
Mhm.
good thing. It's just compared to the other two updates, it's
Yeah.
substantially smaller.
Yep. Yep. It's cool though too, and I love that they made it local and online because I think there's one or two modes that I think was weird. That was only local and like you couldn't do it online, and that kind of weirded me out in the game. So good to see that these modes are now available in both. But I still didn't really impact my original thoughts on the game. I still think it could be for you kind of in the middle of the road for my thoughts, but new content's exciting. That brings us to the end of this incredibly long and incredibly packed episode because we had way too much to talk about just over the last couple days, let alone a couple weeks. But we are going to be back with our next episode on March 24th. Join us live on Twitch or YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. Join us in the live chat if you're joining us there as well. Thanks to everybody who joined us on tonight's live chat for our Mario Day 2026 episode where we talked about a ton of information. Barry, anything to close us out?
I could just say stay tuned. There's a lot of great games coming, and there's a lot that have not been announced, and there's some that I'm working with that I'm really excited for other people to see. So I could just say, you know, be excited. There's some big announcements from coming from us, and I know there's big announcements coming from everybody else. And if you're sitting there wondering why is there no direct, be patient. There's no reason for there to be a direct. We know March's games. We know April's games. We now know May's game. Having more than one game a month is rare, and Nintendo has had either a new game or a big update twice in every month. That is pretty insane. May we only know one right now, which is Yoshi, but that's fine. We just don't know anything past that. We still have Fire Emblem announced. We still have Splatoon Raiders announced. There's other games, and we know Monolith Soft is working on something. We know Rezo is working on something. Just be patient. There will be a direct to talk about summer and spring, and then or spring or early fall, and we'll probably get another one in September to talk about holiday. Nintendo seems to do 3 directs a year. We already had our spring direct, or early direct, or even in the winter, which was a partner direct. Nintendo will not show things early anymore, thanks to Metroid Prime 4, and just be patient. We got great games now, and if you say there's nothing new coming out that I want to play, go to your backlog. There's so many games I'm sure you missed. We're
Just a few.
fine. It's not Switch doom and gloom.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Or Wii U doom and gloom.
well, yeah. Well, I mean, like people say, "Oh, Switch 2 is like the
Yeah.
Wii U." No, it's not. Shut up. It already outsold the Wii U. Come on,
Yeah.
stop it.
Yeah.
That is a rage bait headline to get clicks. You're ignorant. Stop it. Be genuine.
Stop it.
Just stop it.
Greg, any thoughts to close us out?
Not really a whole lot. I mean, just excited for more games, and I do kind of wish we did have a direct like to look forward to because I mean, I traditionally always really liked the one they've done in January, February, March timeframe because it was um kind of cool to kind of see what some of the stuff was coming up, and especially since we already had like the Switch 2 like just released like last year, so it seems like it would have been like a bigger thing like with like when the Wii U had launched, we had like that big January one that really outlined stuff. I mean, I understand they were kind of having to put out the fire and explaining all the delays of why certain games took over 2 or 3 years to launch after that direct, but um I don't know. I do kind of having like the heads up saying like, hey, here's a little tease for the next Zelda game that you're not going to see until the Switch 2 is going to be the Switch 3. So it's like it would have been kind of cool just to have at least something to kind of go off of. But yeah, as
So
Barry said, we got plenty of games coming out all the way through like May. So it's not like we absolutely have to have this stuff, but I do like to kind of try to see the stuff that is like Metroid Prime 4, but could be quite a far down the road.
Nice.
here, I got Greg taken care of here.
Okay.
This is Greg taken care of. All right, ready? Be patient. It's coming soon for Switch 2. There you go. You happy? You just got it. That's exactly what you want Nintendo to do. I'm
Exclusive.
doing it for you. Exclusive for Switch 2. There's no need. Do you be excited? You know they're making another Zelda. You know
But
they're
it's just
making another
nice
Mario.
to hear it from their voice.
Oh my God, it
And
doesn't
it's,
matter.
I don't know what the kind of art style it's going with. I mean, is this going to be
And if they
another
just
Breath of the
told you a
Wild? Is
logo
this going to
that
be
said
something
coming
else?
soon, you wouldn't either. They've never the title reveal is usually at the very end. We called Tears of the Kingdom the sequel to Breath of the Wild for how long? We called Breath of the Wild Zelda U for how long?
Those were the days.
So
I'm not saying they would
and,
announce a title, but they would still show like a gameplay clip or something,
and
and it
remember
would
when
just be
they
the
did that
next
for
Legend
Breath
of
of the
Zelda.
Wild and everyone said, "Oh my God, Link is a girl," and all that. Like we don't need that. We know it's coming.
Yeah.
That's all we need to know. Nintendo has. You look at this year. January, you had Animal Crossing 3.0 update, which was free, as well as the Switch 2 edition, plus Donkey Kong Country Returns had a big upgrade for Switch 2 and content. February, you had Mario Tennis Fever, and you had oh crap, what was the other one in February? No, I'm drawing a blank. That's bothering me. March, this we had Pokemon, and we've got Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition. And Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, Switch 2 edition, we had that too. Next month, we've got Pokemon Champions. We've got Tamagotchi Life. We've got, the Mario movie. May, we've got Yoshi. Like, the spring is already packed with stuff for Switch and Switch 2. We've got tons and tons and tons of games to play and enjoy from all these IP across the board already. And we still know Fire Emblem's coming. We still know Splatoon Raiders is coming. They showed us that last year.
Yeah.
They
Honestly,
gave us the logo to Splatoon Raiders, and all we can do is go, we have no idea what's going on. They
I
did the
love
same with
new
Pokemon
stuff,
Champions.
but we have enough right now that they could not announce or release anything for like 10 years and I'd be fine.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm part of that same boat, Steve. I always like that extra excitement to see like what's
Oh, for
coming out.
sure.
That's why I said
Well,
they could release it in 3 years. I mean, I understand they are making a Zelda, they're making a Mario
Yeah.
Party, they're making
Totally.
everything else stuff that I
you know
want.
what? They have your anticipation already. They know it's like saying, look, it's March. Mom, Dad, what am I getting for Christmas? Tell me what I'm getting for Christmas so I
Sure.
can anticipate it for the next 9 months.
But
What
to
they'll
Greg's
tell you is you're
defense,
going to get presents.
as well, I mean, we were all already excited about this Mario Galaxy movie, and they keep releasing directs about it too. So,
Right.
we know it's coming out, but they're like, oh,
Because
let's give them more. Let's give them
that
more.
is the next thing they're doing. And remember, they did the Yoshi thing just today as its own standalone. Mario Tennis had a
It's true.
5-minute trailer that was just a standalone
We
giving
could get some
information.
shadow
Animal
dropped
Crossing,
announcements here and there. So
yeah, Animal Crossing
yeah,
did the same thing.
yeah,
There wasn't a direct for the 3.0 update or the Switch 2 edition. It was just a 5-minute trailer that they just dropped.
sure.
And you guys remember directs take time to put everything together. It's not just a trailer. It takes time, money, energy, recording, working with partners, putting together showcases and directs myself 11 times or 10 and a half times.
Yeah,
I can tell you they're a lot of work.
totally.
And ours were nothing compared to
Yeah.
what they put on. So
Well, they'll get that
it's
intern on
about
it, what they pay with the tariff refund.
good.
Well, to
I mean,
close
I
out this,
understand it. Yeah, I mean, I understand it
we
takes a
should
ton of
probably
work
wrap
though.
this up, so we're not getting anywhere. But because we're nearing in on 2.5 hours at this point, so I just want to wrap us up with this very, very important information. If you're planning on going to Japan and checking out Maramu, which is the Pokemon themed hotel, they now have partnered with Anywhere Anywhere. That's Newear with Nwhere, a clothing company that allows you to travel with zero clothes. That's because they'll give you clothes when you show up to the hotel. So if you want to travel to Japan, check out the Pokemon themed hotel. You can actually have clothes sitting there for you when you get there, and I believe you get to keep them or rent them or something like that while you're there. But you do get to keep some of the Pokemon plush that is in there too. So yeah, travel to Japan. Don't have to take any suitcases with you, except for you're gonna want to buy stuff while you're there. But you don't have to bring any clothes with you. So
You know,
Nintendo's
you just
love hotels are
disappointed me.
back.
I pictured a nudist airline heading to Japan now,
I
and you
figured that's
just
what you're
took the
saying.
wool right out from under me. And
We're
talk about the
gonna
shoe dropping.
sign up for that airline. Oh, actually, I don't know. I don't know. That sounds like a
Make
good
going through the
idea.
Make
airport a
sure
lot
the seats are
easier.
sanitized before you
There's
sit
already people
down.
that I'm like, leave your shoes on an airplane. I don't want them having all their clothes off.
At least it'll be easier going through the airport because then they don't have to feel you up.
That's
Then
very
Cavity
true.
search for everybody.
We'll be back on March 24th, guys, but hope to see you there live. If not, of course, that's on all podcast apps after the fact and on YouTube as well. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast app and on YouTube. We got lots of videos, our game chats, gameplay, everything else, and more to come. But until next time, happy gaming, everybody.
Have a good one.
see you next time.